My brain went, are you proposing to breakfast at Tiffany's him? And I was like, no, it's Ferris Bueller.
No, I think what they're trying to do is Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
Weekend
no.
at Bernie's. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Weekend
I
at
knew what you
Bernie's.
meant.
No, he suggests that they do the whole poetic justice thing of rescuing the damsel and sticking the villain
Yes.
in her place.
Barrel.
Dead.
Oh, shit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. And why is that being a dumbass? Hello.
Sorry.
Feels
I
like
can't
it.
My fault. I can't help it.
I hate you both. Have I ever told you that? Same hat, same hat.
We are here with the final part of Silver of the Sea, the Vaesen adventure we started in June. Introductions. So let's start with Keren. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Keren. I'm one half of Corsair's Cove, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict. You can find me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies, or just head on over to Corsair's Cove, usually on Tuesday and Thursday nights, where I can be reliably making poor decisions. Tonight I will be returning as Annika Blomqvist, private investigator, handy with a pistol, but better with the power of her incredible brain.
Incredible.
She is the only reason our party's still alive, I think.
Sums up a lot of my D&D adventures. Like, yeah, and then Karen was like, how about we all not die?
And then Zach said, no, I am going to make friends with this weird-looking dagger. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Hey, look. In fairness to him, things went great.
It panned
I
out
was
well.
stabbed.
Things went great.
And that was very unfortunate, but ultimately,
He's so
Things
good
went
to me.
Josh. Who are you?
No,
who are you
you're so
playing? And where
right.
can we find you?
Ahoy, mateys! I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife Keren, the Mother of Bunnies, and all my splendid friends. But, you know, you've probably been here before, and if you haven't, welcome. For those who haven't been here before, I'm playing Ansfrid Blomqvist, the totally also just a paranormal investigator as well, just like my wife, but nowhere near as pretty or clever. Significantly more balding and violent. I don't know, not a doctor. That's her too. Or Leighton.
I know who is.
Yeah, that's me.
Speaking of
That's me.
poor decision making,
Hello!
Jess, who are you?
I'm
Who are you
Jess.
playing? And where can we normally find you?
I'm Jess. I will be playing Blenda, who has made no poor decisions in her life. Thank you very much. I didn't go with these guys willingly. I was kidnapped, and I've beaten the shit out of one of them. Blenda is the wife of Victor, who I think is like there on the screen.
Yep.
Haha. Yes, they're very cool. He's totally normal as well. You can usually find me over on Corsair's Cove recently, or right here on the Lowride. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Just sucks that you're in the wrong time zone, so I couldn't. Otherwise, I would have you on more often.
This time works great for me.
Terris, who are you? Who are you playing? And where can we normally find you?
Hello. I am Sir Terris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. You can find me wherever TTRPGs are being played if I have an invite. Today I am playing the fifth wheel of the party, Leighton, who is also a doctor. And
No, don't say that. No,
Hey,
it's true. but
He's
don't
not a
say that.
doctor.
It's
I
because
mean,
he's got a horse and a cat. He's got loads of things.
No. What I mean by that is he's the only one of the party that is not married to another member of the party.
I know.
So he is the fifth wheel of the party. And
No, that's fine.
I am playing Dr. Leighton Prexard and his menagerie, I suppose. His horse and his cat and yes. Leighton is not poly with both marriages, actually.
Yet. it's only a matter of time until this woman becomes a 5-person
Not for lack of
polycule.
trying.
Um,
He'd probably take quite a bit of convincing, but that's not a no.
I don't think it's his style.
Zach, who are you? Who are you playing? And where can we normally find you?
Hi, I'm Zach, aka Renegade Chicken. You can normally, similar to Jess, as of recently, find me here or the Corsair's Cove, where they have yet to uproot me. And today I'm playing Victor, your local traumatized ex-veteran of dubious moral standing. And with an extreme bird
He's
phobia.
fine.
And
He's
with
fine.
an extreme bird phobia.
Yeah.
And I'm about to kill someone because they touched my wife.
I think you find it's a very reasonable bird phobia.
Oh, well, that's a good question.
Hey, look,
Maybe.
we've had interactions
Don't
with
worry
birds that
about
it
it.
was very reasonable to have a problem with.
That is
That's
true, actually.
fair. That is true. So maybe, you know what? Never mind. I take it all back. I'm justified.
Just a normal guy
Yeah.
who hates birds for good reason.
I am Ardana, or Joe, or Oi, you there, though
You
Lilith
there.
isn't really here. I am the GM and channel runner around these parts, and this is Vaesen, not D&D. So, anyone want to give us a recap of what happened last time?
Someone cue Zach.
Yeah, I'll cue Zach 1 second. I know it ended with Blender going to the bathroom in this mansion and actually being kidnapped. That should be enough to jog your memory. Zachary, go.
See, I
Kinda
know
help.
that's how it ended. I just need a start point. And
We
it'll
got
all
on
come
a
from
boat.
there.
We
did.
joined with
Right,
a
yes.
dude.
Yeah,
Leighton,
so we got. That's
Leighton had
right.
a
We
bad
got on
dream
the.
and went to the beach.
Yes, so we all got on the boat and we traveled to the island. I think we made our way to the tavern or tavern equivalent there, where we met the matriarch of the house that seems to run this island and a bunch of her sons who appeared to be helping her to run the establishment. They did not seem particularly friendly to outsiders and basically hinted at where you're a paying customer, so sure, but get the hell off the island as early as you can, conveniently. We decided, fuck that. I believe we went
We were invited to dinner.
exploring a little bit. We went up onto a rise where we could see out onto the ocean, and I can't remember which one of us it was, but somebody
Leighton.
mimicked. It was Leighton, sorry, yeah. Mimicked the sound of a siren song that we heard coming from off the coast. And
Did a
I
pretty
think
damn good job of it too.
and you did,
Yeah.
and then it
Far
came
too
back
good a job.
again, and a couple of us began to just walk into the ocean before we were all retrieved by predominantly Ansford, and then I believe
Stronger and more sensible of the of the five of us, Ansford and Blender, just went no.
literally. And
And it's
then-
from sorry, Blender was just like, yeah, no sea bitch is getting my husband.
And then I believe we were overheard, I think, in doing so by the head of the family that owns this island, where we were, I believe, invited by them. I think they approached us and invited us over for dinner, which we went, this smells like ambush, but we don't have a better way to get to the bottom of it, so we'll go along with it for now. We elected to go there. Blender said that they were going to go to the toilet and were directed upstairs to one, where I believe
I found interesting things.
we believe Blender was going off to sort of sneak and maybe do some reconnaissance and see what else they could find in the other rooms. We were
found
all
2
down
guys.
there chatting very briefly before we suddenly heard screaming and looked outside to see
And gunshots.
Yes.
Blender being dragged, kicking and screaming and shooting by 2 guys into the woods. At which point we ended session as I was getting ready to burn every available resource this party has to kill one of them on the spot.
Indeed.
Which is fair.
I think that's more or less what happened.
Yeah, more or
The
less.
only thing I'd add is that Leighton heard a siren song at the very beginning of the episode and wandered almost into the sea,
And
before he
then
even
decided it was a
started.
cool idea to.
And he was like, I'm going to do this again. I'm like, no,
I wonder
why?
if it. Because, I mean, to be fair, he is a doctor, he's a man of science, and repetition is. Like, you need to repeat
That was
for
my-
results.
That was why I did it.
No, it wasn't.
I'm Dr. Science Man, yes. That is
Yeah.
why.
You just wanted to see
Much
what had
Dr.
happened.
Very science.
Isn't that the exact same thing?
No.
Alfred and Blender, cross arms.
No, babe.
You know, the same reason why there was a
You're out
stubby
of the
battle
polycule.
between gorillas.
Oh, if we are all as comfortable as we are going to get, let's get this show
Let's fucking
started
go.
with the gunshot ringing out and glass falling in a steady stream from the broken window frame. You hear another scream from outside as Victor's shot finds its target. Blenda, right next to you. Well, in the sense that the guy that is was dragging you suddenly lets go with one arm. And you are perching precariously in just one arm. The guy who was holding your top half up has just let go.
Do I still have my gun on me, or did they take it?
One quick question as well. Did I
Yeah.
actually roll for damage last
Yeah.
session?
No, you didn't roll for damage.
No, you
rolled
didn't roll
hit.
for
I don't think
damage.
You rolled damage.
So
Could I do that?
Yeah, do that before.
Yeah. Let me see. As far as I know, the
So I am gonna burn the nat 20 token.
which is a because nat 20s don't exist
an
in this
auto
game.
hit?
It is a critical hit, so 2 or more. No, 3 or more successes, which means that you will do 3 damage, guaranteed.
Nice.
Cool. So it's 3 damage, and then what do I roll for damage? Because I don't remember.
I don't think you roll. Let me double check that. It's been a while.
You roll on the table that's like where you hit, don't you?
No, not
it
in
says the
Vaesen.
number of damage. So it's just 1
That's,
point of damage, or your gun does 3 points of damage or something.
Yeah.
It may have
Yes,
a plus
yes.
1 bonus. But it might. I don't know if that's 1 point of damage or 1 die of damage. I think it's 1 point.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And the effect.
Equipment and weapons.
So taking damage causes you to do conditions.
Yes.
right?
So, you in one hit have guaranteed to cause 3 conditions on this guy. So he goes from.
So that's the crit by default.
Yes.
I will leave. What is it? 1 in the pool so as not to mess everyone up. But I did want to spend 2 of the dice out of the pool if I could. So that's 2 dice I have to roll, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You roll to hit. If you hit, you do damage. It's
Gotcha. I thought the roll to hit was
No,
taken
it's-
care of by the nat 20 thing.
the nat 20 is yeah, the nat 20 brain. Come on. No,
Would
no,
that
no, my
be a
bad.
hit and the damage.
Yes. So the nat 20 token is you hit. You have 3 successes on a hit, so that's why you deal 3 damage.
Yep.
Then, if you want to, no, you use successes. So you're using 2 more successes, which means that guy who's currently carrying Blenda is considered physically broken.
There we go. Good stuff. Get out of here.
Which also means that he's going to drop Blenda and fall over.
Good.
Alright. Which one of them has my
Excellent.
gun?
The other
Oh,
guy,
also, that means he gets a critical injury, right?
yes.
I'm gonna
Do
give the
you
other
roll
guy
for
a
that or
critical
do I?
I think let's say you roll for that because it's more fun.
Okay, I'm gonna say my chicken dice is the second digit, and
Yeah.
my cool rune dice is the first, which makes it a 35, a 3-5. So that's appropriate. Severed fingers,
Whoa.
which apparently gives a ranged combat penalty of -1.
Yep.
And defect finger stumps. So I'm guessing that. Yeah, rather than going for the head or going for a kill, I think Victor shoots several fingers off the hand that is carrying his wife.
Yep, absolutely.
Can't imagine why?
And because he is currently physically broken, he is also on the ground. So
Yeah.
basically holding his hand, and the shock of the injury has stunned him. As far as I know, being broken physically means that unless you get help immediately, like in the next round, you will die.
Good.
So,
Bleeds out through his finger stump.
because that was the start
Which
of
still not the worst way I've killed someone on this channel, but let's go.
True.
Oh wait, so if he gets 3 conditions, does that mean he gets 3 physical injuries?
He has 5 right
No.
now.
Ha!
So yeah,
one,
because
two, three.
it's like effectively. So my understanding, especially I've been like rereading the rules while we were talking and stuff.
Yeah.
So effectively, once you have the 4th condition, you enter broken. When you hit broken, you get a critical injury, and then every time you get hit when you're already broken, you accrue another critical injury.
Sweet, because I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
Alright, what are we doing?
Hello?
Oh, so we roll a d10 for order, yes?
Yes.
Sucks.
And yes, for those who are familiar with Vaesen, normally you would use playing cards. For initiative, I use d10s because we're already rolling dice, so why not?
I rolled a 9.
I got 3.
Bloody typical. I got a 4.
Oh yeah,
There's my d10.
initiative. Oh, and I get advantage on that thing.
You're muted.
I got an 8.
Oh, I also got an 8. I will re-roll.
Fine.
That's the way that works, right?
No,
And they-
you get to decide in which order you go. My bad guys
Oh,
rolled an
that's-
8 as well, so I'm going to re-roll that one.
Yeah, balls.
Given the flaming rage that Victor is no doubt filled with, I feel it would be appropriate if he went first. Given the
Means it's
stakes.
jumping out the window.
There's steak,
Oh,
and I have to jump out a fucking window?
Only if you want steak.
Oh, okay.
Leighton is
See,
apparently
See, now
Steak
he'll
is
do
not
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have Leighton... No, not Leighton.
Hungry, but easily fooled.
Yeah, Leighton, Victor, Annika. What did Blenda get?
3.
I got 3.
And
To be fair, I have just been
Astrid?
dropped on my head. Like,
Astrid got a 4.
So, Astrid and Blenda. The other bad guy is going to go first. He, for context, Blenda, your gun, is it a one-shooter or does it have...
that's a rifle.
That
Okay.
doesn't help.
doesn't help.
a
Does it have
magazine.
one or one or more?
I'd like to think it does.
This day and age, magazines weren't super common.
Yeah,
No.
1 second. Let me check something.
It would
But
be
if it's I'm thinking
be
if
an
it's
easy load.
if
It's not a
it's
single shot.
if
It's
it's
not a
a
single shot, I don't think.
if it's a shotgun, it would have 2
Yeah.
before having
It's
to
not a
reload.
shotgun.
Or like any hunting rifle, a lot of those sort of. Is
Yeah,
it
you've-
double barreled?
No, it's like full. I've always thought of her as like full.
Range weapon there.
Sniper style.
Then probably not.
Rifle.
I haven't been reloading between turns though.
Does it need to?
I don't think so. I think it's the same. Like you shoot and reload in, like the same
I feel
action.
like
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like
then
the
no,
D&D
no,
where
that
it's
was
just
why I was worried.
implied.
Like, I didn't just want to say, nah, it's just one, haha.
Okay,
without-
chat. Could you
I think
please?
it's just one.
Anyone in chat, please type in !flip coin, one word, to see if the guy currently bleeding out after getting shot by Blenda has remembered to reload the rifle.
Blender's rifle?
Yes.
He ain't gonna shoot me with my own gun.
He's going to try, and it's going to
No, the fuck he ain't.
it's going to not work because he has not remembered to reload it. It's going to just click
Click.
because
I'd like to think that Blender would have realized he didn't reload it and just kind of look him dead in the eyes as he levels the rifle at her.
yeah, because chat rolled tails, and so he didn't reload it.
Nice. Thanks, Tony.
Good stuff.
So instead, he's going. Why didn't I bring out more d6s? Come on, come on,
Fine.
come on. There
I
we go.
don't think I don't think Blender would have a repeater rifle though. Like even if it was post 1850,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just not her.
This guy is not having a great day. First the gun clicks, and then he's going to swing, like trying to swing it at Blenda and miss.
She kind of leans
About
back
to
and
get
goes,
worse.
Yeah. Which leads us to Leighton.
If I remember from last episode, Leighton has some syringes full of silver oxide, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
"No more hot shots."
Oh no, there's going to be potentially a hot shot. So Leighton wants to try and cover the distance and sort of grab this guy and jam one of those into his neck.
Okay.
The guy who's up and healthy?
Yeah.
Healthy. He's bleeding out.
No, the other
Oh,
one. The other
no,
one's
the other one.
bleeding out.
No, they're
No,
both bleeding out.
Both.
they're both bleeding out.
The blender shot him.
Yeah, Blenda
The
shot
that is
one.
upright. He wants to give him a hot shot.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
Close combat. D6s.
Let me see. Close combat. I have none to close combat. And it's physique. He has 2 to physique. So that is 2d6s. Let me get rid of that. And roll.
Remember,
He
you
does
also
not succeed.
you also have a
I also.
you have one success stored.
I will take that. So yeah, I'll take that. So I'm going to sort of jab him.
Okay. You jab him with the syringe, and you hear a sharp cry from the guy as he is hurting even more than he was before. You can see that his eyes are starting to come unfocused, and he's starting to shake. And could you please roll me on the condition table?
Where is the condition table? What page is that?
Let me double check.
Well, just roll a D100 and Ardana can.
Oh, I
Yes.
can do that. Yeah, that's easy. That is 33.
Ooh.
Where are you? Nope, that's equipment. NPC conditions.
You still have it open, Zach?
Oh, yes, I do. Do you need physical injuries or?
Yeah, physical injury, and if you can give me the page number because this is not helping.
Yeah, page number, I think it's either going to be 64 or 65 for you. Leighton, if you roll 2d6 and give me the 2 numbers, I can tell you what the result is.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
a-
33.
What'd you roll, sorry?
33.
33 is a jaw injury. It says defect drooling, and it gives you a -1 to inspiration.
Okay,
You
so
just drug this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, with
silver
silver
is
oxide.
poisonous.
Tetanus. He gets lockjaw.
Oh, yeah.
bleh, no. No, you managed to stab him in such a way that his jaw is just locked in place, halfway open, and he's drooling
Poor little guy.
all over you.
Poor little bugger.
Yeah, it may cause breathing problems, lung and throat irritation, and stomach pain.
Or being stabbed in the face.
Silver oxide.
No, silver oxide.
That'll do.
I've got something that could fix that. And he draws a knife.
Yeah, Victor, you just shot a guy away from your wife, and the other guy is currently being poisoned and slowly killed.
Excellent. So the one that's been poisoned is looking very, very bad. Like he looks like
Yes.
he's being dealt with. I think in that case, Victor is actually going to turn around, leveling the gun at our host.
Oh, is he
Oh.
here?
Oh yeah, well,
I thought he was in the room with us.
Yeah, he was.
Because
No?
I thought he was like leading
Yep.
us into the house.
Get off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, yes. In that case, as far as Victor is concerned, this happened on his turf and likely on his orders, and I don't think he's in the mood to ask questions, so he's just going to shoot.
okay then. Yeah. Please roll me. Where did my D10 go? No, not D. Yeah, D10.
So, I need to roll ranged combat. Yes.
Yes.
So I need to roll 3 dice for ranged combat and 5 for precision for a total of 8. Because I think the bonus from a rifle, is that to damage or the amount of dice that you roll?
Amount of dice you roll. The damage is
Oh,
always
okay, so
one.
in that case, a rifle will make it. I have to roll 10 dice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 5 dice twice, and I'm looking for 6s.
Yes. So on a hit, you
Green.
always deal 1 damage.
Okay,
Gosh,
so
I
that's
hope he does
one
something.
1 6 in the first.
Mhm.
And 3 6s in the other 5.
Jesus.
For a
Ow.
total of 4.
Okay. So
I'm sending this man straight to broken.
Well,
Hopefully.
no, that's handouts.
here's what I think of your best well-laid plan.
Now let's see.
What
Let
is it?
me
Everyone
grab-
has a plan until they get shot in the head.
I mean,
Mine was never to get shot in the head.
Yeah,
Valid.
smart.
Didn't work that well.
okay. With those 4 hits, you see the shots strike through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they hit straight on, and he's reeling a bit as he
Just a bit.
is just moved back by the force of your of the force of the impact. And could you give me a what's that one? Observation check, please.
Oh, so observation's like insight, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm bad at that. But yes, I can. So that's 2 dice.
Not a
Empathy.
vigilance, babe?
Its observation is empathy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
observation
observation,
is
vigilance, yeah.
insight-ish, and vigilance is more like
Perception.
noticing stuff. And I'm guessing that
totally
this is
makes
about,
sense. Totally
this
makes
is about
sense.
gauging something from his reaction. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. 1 and a 2. Nothing.
Yep. So he seems to be like backing off, reeling from the impact, and his very nice clothing has been ripped through.
And I think he's going to, with that, I think you also have like a quick action, right? Or like the equivalent of like a bonus action, sort of.
Yeah. So quick action can usually
gonna
be used to
use-
like do extra stuff.
Yeah, I think he'll use it to stow his gun.
Yeah.
Because although I don't think I can actually pull my sword out this round, that will be probably what I use it for next time.
Okay. Yep.
And so, oh no, never mind. Sorry, lightning reflexes. I can draw weapons without using an action. So he'll
Yes.
use his special one to drop the gun before whipping the silver rapier out and pointing it towards him.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
And
Annika.
I'll pass the turn. This is the longest Victor has gone without thinking about birds in some time.
Is there anyone else in the room apart from our host?
No.
Okay.
We're friends.
I'm gonna say that because I don't remember if he was in the room at the start of this, but he would have been drawn to the sound of glass shattering in his house. So
Yeah.
he would have been in the doorway when Victor just turned around and shot him.
I'm just thinking where I would be most useful because the two guys abducting Brenda have both been.
They're about to be extra dealt with.
Yeah, they're super dealt with. So actually, it occurs to me it might not be a bad idea to lock the door to this room.
Is the guy in the room, or is he
Yeah.
backing out of the room?
He's currently
Not if
in.
the door's locked.
Well, yeah.
Cool. I think I want to lock the door, so if he calls for backup, they at least have a locked door
Okay.
between them and us.
Yep.
I don't know how many guards or armed men he has around his house, and I would prefer to take them in a leisurely manner and not all at once. So I would like to sprint to the door and lock it, please.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Cool. And also draw my pistol.
Okay.
Sorry, my revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have shut the door, locked it, and pulled my gun out. In case anyone else needs to be shot.
Okay.
Is he me,
Um.
or is it them?
Well, Victor just brought in another player into the initiative counters, so
Oh, right.
we are going to do this. He can do that. I'm gonna use.
Look, if he hadn't, I would have.
True.
Though I didn't think he was here, so.
No, I'm sure that he showed you guys in
I'm
because
sure
he was
did.
showing you guys
no,
that, and I
he
asked
showed us
him.
in, but
No.
I thought he'd gone off somewhere briefly.
The
I
maid
haven't
showed you in, and then she
Ah.
went to get him.
Right. And so
Ah.
he's literally just arrived.
Yes. So he,
Right.
Zach,
Shot.
you're muted.
So I did just remember, I just got lucky.
Yeah. So basically,
Incredible.
she left you in the room to go grab him. Then stuff happened, and basically, as I saw it, was that Victor turned around to see if someone else was in there, and then just, aha, bad guy, and shot him.
Oh, there he is. Very good. In lieu of any birds, you are the problem in my life right now.
Mhm.
Victor, for
Rat thief.
for a brief moment, you feel the like almost burning sensation of ice cold salt water rising in your mouth. But because I can't roll to save my life, nothing happens other than like salt water starts running out of your mouth.
I think that just makes it worse.
You
He's
say now Blender's gonna fucking kill that guy.
you have managed to you have unlocked the fun trauma response of the less I understand, the more the more my immediate response is to bring incredible violence to the thing that is doing it to me.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, so I rolled 6 dice and I couldn't roll above a 3.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, sorry, Zach took that with the 5 dice and 3 sixes.
Ansfred.
Hi. Indeed, that's going to be his response. Oh, hi. uh, I have, I believe, a silver rapier
Mhm.
that I am going to remove from its current sheath and resheath it somewhere else.
Okay.
Or at least that is certainly my intention. I have 4 in physique and 3 in close combat.
Yep.
So I will roll a whole mess of dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That is on 7 dice, 2 successes.
Nice.
A 5 and 3 1s and a 4. Yeah. So I stab the guy. I basically just turn to our host and say, "Do you have any steak?" Stab.
Please roll
Well,
me.
you do now.
Please roll me an observation check.
Sure. I'm actually quite good at that. Empathy is 3. Observation is 2. 2 6s. 3 6s.
Nice. As you stab,
Let's roll all day. That's all that's gonna be.
you can choose to use all 3, or you can store up to 2 of them.
I'll bank one of them.
Okay. So you have 1 in the bank, and with 2 successes, for a moment, Zacharias's eyes turn completely black. And as you pull the rapier back, it is coated in a silvery sheen substance.
Ooh.
And you also notice that while he did not enjoy being that close to metal, you're sure that rapier should have done more damage.
Noted. Annika, time to go to work, my dear. Indeed, I would say, oh, that looks like it should have hurt more.
It hurt.
Sorry, I'll try harder next time.
He looks at you and just, it hurt plenty.
No.
Clearly not enough. You're still talking.
Blunda.
Sorry, that's just such a polite way to address the guy that you just fucking stabbed. Anyway, you just look over at your wife, looking over at your wife like, shoot him. All right.
Darling, could you fuck this man up for me? He's proving very difficult to kill.
So, I did take something. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? I took a like, you know, the feats that you can take.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was scrolling down to. I did the one that I did tough as nails, gain +2 to force when fighting unarmed. So
Yep.
I've actually decided that I'm not going to go for my gun.
Okay.
This guy that Victor just shot, he's on the ground, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna kick him in the head.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Curb stomp this motherfucker.
Finish
Not
him.
holding back today.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And
We-
I get a plus. Cool, so I can get to roll 5 dice. I've only got 2d6s, so I'm just gonna. It's 2 4s. That's a 6
We are
and a
both
4.
Bar 2
That's a 6.
1700s coded to consider mercy now.
So 2 6s. True. 2 6s on this guy.
Okay. You can bank one if you want, or use both of
I will
them.
bank one. Nah, I'm gonna use. If I use both of them, do I get to roll 2 painful conditions on him?
I mean, I would
Like,
bank
sorry,
one.
Fine. I still get to roll 1 critical injury.
Yes.
Fine.
Alright. So I
Um,
roll.
Wasn't he bleeding out or something?
Alright.
He's
so I'll
already
say
broken,
the-
so that one success will kill him.
Cool. So this blue one is my first number, so it's a 41.
Okay.
I tear his ear off with my foot, apparently.
Oh, oh.
Torn ear. Yee.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Not only did you.
Don't
Um,
worry, Layton can fix that.
Yeah, I
for
killed
you.
him.
Let's
Yeah.
go!
But why
So-
would we bother?
Salt the wounds and their bloodline.
True.
Whoever walks in your direction, just
Um,
going to fix them.
Damn, when did we all get so
I just think you
bloodthirsty?
could.
Oh,
permission to take.
I've been this bloodthirsty.
permission to take my gun back as well?
Yeah, you can use a quick action to do that.
Sweet, done.
You asking the deaf guy whose ear you just kicked off politely?
Oh no, he's dead.
I know.
Yeah, no, as a
Like,
quick
yeah,
action,
which
dead,
I
same
did when
thing.
I took my gun back. Thank you.
considering that the
I
gun
was asking
is the gun is within reach, you don't really have to go anywhere. You can use a quick
Yoink.
action to pick it up.
Yeah, I'll have that, thank you. That's my turn.
Okay, that means
Oh, I can move a little bit towards the house, can't I? How far away are we from the house?
you would be about 10 feet.
Zone?
Oh,
One
no. And is the room that they were in first story?
Yeah, it's first floor.
Cool, all good then.
Otherwise,
chill where I
someone comes out of the window.
Yeah, Leighton would.
Yeah, Leighton
Yeah.
did.
Okay, we're back at the top of the round again, and oh, I completely forgot. If you want, because of something called quick reflexes or something like that, if you have extra successes, you can actually swap the initiative order.
Oh,
Ooh.
So considering that, I'm just putting that out there. Either you can keep banking the successes, or because the bad guy is the top of the round, you could swap him to be further down the initiative order.
Do you want me to swap that cheeky little success that I just had to put him at the bottom?
that could be fun.
Could be
I'll
fun.
do that. I'm
I'll
gonna do
trade
that.
with you. I wouldn't mind another
You-
go before he gets a turn.
Yeah, absolutely. So
He seems, how could we say this, dangerous.
Blender kicks this guy in the head, takes her gun
Awesome.
back, looks at her husband who's being threatened by this fish guy and says, "Not on my fucking watch," immediately loads her gun and takes a shot at him. Putting him down to the bottom of initiative.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just figuring out what I get. 5 and... yeah, I rolled 10 dice as well. Marksman's not going to do anything here, so just 10. Once again, I only have 2. So it's 2, but I didn't get anything. It's 4, I didn't get anything. That's 6, I got 1. That's 8, I got 1. That's 10, so I got 2 total.
2 hits.
Nothing compared to Zach's. What'd you get? 4? But
Yeah.
you chilling?
Hey, look.
I mean, yeah, I burned a lot of resources for that though.
Fair.
Like
I'm
you're
actually-
doing this without burning any, which is also very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Blender's gonna use one of her 4 fuck you bullets. That apply an
Those
extra
specifically?
yeah, it's what we saw back at the
Yeah, silver bullets.
yeah. No. There's silver bullets, but there's also the fuck you bullets that give an extra condition.
Ah.
So yeah,
we have
I'll
fuck you carved on the side.
yes.
Okay.
With your
Yep.
name here.
Blender was here.
Okay. Yeah, please roll a condition that you want.
Do you want me to take 1 or 2? Like, one success will hit him and I should make the other one, or should I use both successes?
Oh, that's up to you. He's still looking relatively unhurt.
I'll use both.
Please
And
do.
then roll a condition.
Please no.
Is that a... Okay, how do I roll for a condition? Sorry, I've...
Two
Oh.
sixes.
Okay, I did actually look into it. I've got the table here if we want it, but also apparently the person who's receiving the injury rolls it normally.
Okay,
Fair.
that's fair.
And I realized that because when I was going back over my talents, one of the ones that I chose lets you roll 2 and choose which one you get. So I think that's why they do it that way.
Okay. So that's a 26.
A 26 is a crush injury, which says defect
Ooh.
tremor, ranged combat -1.
Damn.
I like to think that this bullet explodes and, like, pins his hand against the wall. Somehow.
Nice.
I don't know. It was just a really big rock that she threw out of a gun.
Nice. So yeah, you hit him and his hand just slams against the door frame as you hit it straight on.
So the bullet punched through his hand is secondary. The bludgeoning damage is immeasurable.
Yeah.
And that does 4 damage because the rifle does 2 when I hit twice. Is that how that works?
Oh, I think it's you roll 2 extra dice for the rifle. Right?
No, it's damage. Oh, I
Yeah.
should have rolled 2 extra dice though.
Yeah. But no,
Cool.
the damage
Nah,
is
don't worry about
always
it.
1. The way I see it with a rifle, it's still 1 bullet, but you hit something important. So you do extra damage. And in this case,
Yes.
you would have hit like straight here
need-
on the so he is effectively bleeding out.
Fuck that guy.
Ooh.
Okay, I've just looked into it and now I actually understand how damage works. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you effectively you roll to hit. You roll either close combat or ranged combat, or
Yep.
force if you're doing unarmed. You need 1 success to hit.
Yes.
It says dealing damage as indicated on the weapons table, but then it says, if you roll multiple successes, you can choose to deal additional damage on
Mhm.
each hit to add an extra condition. So for example, if you roll a ranged combat and you roll like 4, it means effectively your first one just does your weapons damage, and then your extra ones you can choose to either bank, do other stuff with, or you can just go, I'm going to turn those into 3 extra points of damage to do like more conditions.
Okay, I did just take a look. A rifle does 2 damage.
Okay, yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, almost all ranged weapons actually do 2 damage.
Yeah, so the way I see it is that you still hit once, but you hit more important stuff the more successes
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
get.
and so if you roll a bunch of successes, you can choose to just transition that into multiple conditions, so you could potentially send them like straight to broken if you rolled enough successes.
Yeah.
1 success counts as just your weapon does its damage, and then your extra ones you can just kind of choose to
So I
do
can choose to use my second one there to deal more conditions.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, I will do that. Deal 1 more condition because the bullet that I used already dealt a condition.
Mhm.
But that means you roll for the condition.
14.
extra success.
Is that a knee injury? Zach?
Oh, sorry, what was it?
Condition
Yeah, it is
14.
an
Yes. 14's knee injury, defect, false joint, -1 to force checks.
Okay. So
Oh wait,
the-
no, sorry, I misread that.
Agility,
It's
yeah.
skewed walk, agility -1. Sorry, I got knee injury.
Yeah.
Okay.
I read knee injury and then read the effect from fracture. My bad.
Ooh.
Okay. No, so the way I see it is that the bullet hits his hand, just slamming it against the door frame, and with the twist, you hear something in his knee just cracking.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
You did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leighton.
Leighton is going to take 1 look at Blender, just look her up and down really quickly, make sure she's okay.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine. The other guy, on the other hand.
Determines that she's fine. The other guys are dead and or dying.
Yep.
Doesn't have to worry about them. So, running toward the other guys and the 1 remaining threat, he's sort of fumbling with his doctor's bag. He pulls out a jar of something and a rag.
Okay.
Pours a
Chloroform.
Yep, pours a bunch of shit onto the rag and tries to stuff this in the guy's face.
Okay.
He
There
doesn't
was
get
meant
through
to-
back in through the window, but yes.
Yeah, he would try and get back in through the window.
Incredible.
Yep. So
I
you
can
can
just hear the
use
good night.
your quick action to make sure you get through the window in,
Excellent.
and then I would say the chloroform thing will be a close unarmed attack, like close combat unarmed attack.
Yes.
Oh,
Which is another...
apparently I could. Obviously, however you want to run it. According to the book, it was saying that unarmed is force instead of close combat.
Okay, you can pick one because you are trying to just push this thing. You're not trying to actually just slap him in the face. So I will rule that you can use either close combat or unarmed attack.
This also does have a feeling of a practiced action.
Yeah.
He's done this before.
He's done this
Probably
before.
done this to somebody in this room before.
I don't remember it.
Either way, I think both close combat and force a physique, because he has
Yeah.
zeros. Both
Yeah.
of them. So he's just going to be rolling 2 dice for physique. So let's
Great.
You do have banked successes, so remember that.
Yeah.
He got a 3 and a 6, so I'll take that.
Okay.
I don't need a success there. I've got a success. There. That's
2.
all he needs.
Because I'm guessing that is chloroform you're using.
That is either chloroform or ether. I'm assuming chloroform at this point, because it
Yes,
was
I lost the die. There it is.
around back then.
And that
Lean's
would...
like, I have liquefied arsenic. Check this out.
Why do you not have... Oh.
They're not people
Well,
after sleepy time.
Whatever that was, the guy's unconscious.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Because I failed the
Good night.
check. So you have...
Leighton just gonna sort of look around, just get a room.
A rope. Would it wake him up to sever his head? I could.
You should probably question him.
Why? What's to learn? We already know what happened.
Well, it doesn't mean we don't know what's going to happen now.
I'm just gonna
I could
kind of
take
point.
a solid guess.
If you like, while he's out. No. he
Oh,
wouldn't have a
fine.
choice. I was thinking that I could perhaps attempt to not so much sever his vocal cords completely, but enough that his siren song will not.
I was going to just gag him. It works very well.
That's fair too.
So,
Never get to perform. A
we
surgery.
look if you want to.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no,
sound
no, no.
so put upon.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
When we
You
get
might-
back to the castle, I'll find someone for you to operate on.
My
I'm sorry, I
friends
didn't realize it
never-
was a thing.
My friends never let me operate.
Okay, so you have one unconscious, one dead, and one dying bad guy right now. And it is Victor's turn.
So, the unconscious one is our host, isn't it?
Yes.
And was
There's
Blender
still-
the one to suggest that we keep him alive?
Yeah, sorry, babe. There is a guy still next to Blender who is alive. And a
You wanna
potential
murder somebody,
threat.
there is another person out there.
Person
Yeah, he's not stoked about leaving this guy alive, but given that it's Blender, I think he'll
Neither, bro.
pause in his rage before I think the other guy's outside. Is
Yes.
Next to me still.
visible through the window?
Yes. I mean, you would have to like step to the side, but yes, he's visible.
I think in that case, a visibly frustrated Victor will just return the rapier to its sheath before once again lightning reflexes pulling the gun back out.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna put one into the remaining
Oh,
conscious
no!
person.
Ugh.
Oh?
And I see you going to do it, and answer it goes like, no, we could ask the one that isn't a Vaesen the question. It might be easier.
He has a point.
I think actually, especially if Victor hears that, I do think you'll see that like there'll be like a very sort of like deep breath. I think his normally what's the word, like shaky hands that have been steady for most of this fight start to tremor again before I think recognizing the wisdom but not liking it is just going to turn the gun on something expensive looking in the room and put a bullet in it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Victor,
I think he's
kill
yeah
him,
he's not
just
going to take a
not yet.
shot at anyone. Yeah, because
Stray bird.
yeah, like all of the
Yeah.
people that he wants to deal with have been
He's not a
marked
stray.
as perhaps we should leave them alive. And so I think, yeah, just without a useful sort of thing to do in that moment and just venting the frustration, we'll fully just take his action to just, if there's like, actually, if there's something that makes noise, like, is there a grandfather clock or something like that in here?
Ooh.
There's specifically
There
a
is
cuckoo
now.
clock.
Cool. He's actually, yeah, is it
No,
a
there
cuckoo
isn't.
clock?
think it should
No,
be.
but it has one of those pendulums that make a slight ticking sound.
Excellent. I think in that case, is actually going to. The thing is, the pendulums are normally metal,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't be able to sever that with a bullet because this isn't D&D. So I think instead is just going to
Yeah,
just
there's
put-
realism here.
yeah. Well, like more so, arguably.
Worry
but I
not
think
about the bird, man.
so. I think instead is just going to put the bullet as close as he can to the center of the clock face and just try to punch through whatever mechanism is making it move.
Okay.
Cool. Do I need to roll for that?
Sure, why not? Let's see how much damage you do to the grandfather clock.
Okay, I only got one success.
Yeah.
But that'll be 2 damage for a
Yeah.
ranged combat thing.
You hear that cling kind of sound as you hit the mechanism of the clock. And you hear that like spring kind of sound where you get when a lot of very tightly wound springs unravel all at once.
I'm gonna say that Annika, who would be very much aware of how valuable that clock was about 10 seconds ago, winces. Doesn't say anything, just goes, oh!
Yeah, I think Leighton shares a little look with her. But
Just
Leighton
like,
has
oh, that was an antique, man.
Glenda
And-
laughs.
Not
I
yet.
Leighton has
fully-
this tiny little smirk on his face, and he's just sort of made a sound.
Just a
that.
moment of middle-class horror.
And I do think that Victor's breathing starts to slow a little bit as he sort of starts to slowly let some of that rage out. But I think it's definitely sounding, what's the word? Like, I don't want to use the word feral necessarily, but just kind of like,
Heightened.
heightened, I think, is a good word. Yeah, he's very clearly kind of just still coming down off the adrenaline, but he'll start sort of just breathing as he waits for his teammates to do whatever they need to do.
Yes, small
Leighton,
question.
if you don't want that to have died, that poor clock to have died in vain, perhaps go and save that man.
Yes, of
You could
course.
still do some surgery.
Blenda has hoisted said man over her shoulder and gone, come on, and she's walking back to the house, like, and she's gonna throw him through the window for Leighton to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yes, Leighton is going to walk past Victor, hand him a flask, and keep moving toward the gentleman. Ansfred, I may need your assistance. Pulls out some cloth, basically, some bandages. Just please apply pressure while he is heating up that silver dagger he's got in order to cauterize wounds.
We should let Victor do that.
Now, keep
Yeah.
in mind.
No.
No, Leighton
Don't
needs to do
do
some
it.
surgery.
I was gonna say Leighton needs to, and also he will not just cauterize them; he will stab them with it.
I know, that's why I said it.
I do think, interestingly, though, as you pass him the flask, I think that Victor will take it, but just kind of immediately put it into a like jacket pocket or something without touching it.
Blender's
Keep in
head on
mind
over to
that
Victor.
the guy that you're currently operating on has been poisoned
Right. of
by
course.
silver oxide.
By you.
Yes.
Question first, maybe. My dear, would you ask him something and hold these things down while I tie up our guest?
If that's happening, if Annika's going to question, Leighton will just apply pressure to the wounds that are bleeding. He doesn't think he can do much about the silver oxide.
Leighton in the corner like, my bad.
Just pulls the syringe back
Late-
out and then removes. Like, you'll be fine.
What he will do is he will say to the gentleman, just, I may have an antidote, but that will depend on how well you answer the lady's questions.
Okay. Please give me a
He does not have an antidote.
No, but please give me a manipulation check. That was hard to say.
Manipulation. Empathy. He's got.
He's a doctor. He can't have any of that.
He's got 2 empathy. So let's see how he goes. That is 1 success. I'm on fire tonight.
He looks at you, like not like he tries to look at you, but you can see that his eyes are glassy and unfocused, and he gives a nod.
So yeah, with one hand he'll apply pressure to the wound, with the other he'll sort of make a half-hearted attempt to be looking like he's poking through his medical bag for something that might help the fellow.
Okay.
So, just to clarify, our host is unconscious,
Yes.
and I believe Ansford said he was going to tie him up.
Yep.
The other guy is severely injured and possibly dying, but no current threat to us.
Yep.
Almost certainly died.
Okay.
Belinda's hauling herself through the window. She's probably pretty hurt, but
Cool. Well, I'm going to go over to the dying guy and kind of crouch down while he's being tended to and be like, I think we both know a terrible wrong is being committed on this island. And I think you know something that could help us put an end to it once and for all. Emotional manipulation.
Yes.
Don't know if it'll work on this guy, but, you know. He is poisoned and delirious, so I'm hoping for the best.
Please give me a manipulation check with an extra die.
Manipulation.
Because the guy is poisoned and delirious and is currently trusting that Leighton will give him an antidote.
Yeah,
So you-
bone marrow reno and hepatic necrosis, hemorrhaging, and pulmonary edema. Is
these are
happening.
the antidotes.
Yeah.
2 successes.
He'll be fine.
Nice.
Nice.
He looks up at you. Well, again, tries to. Eyes glassy, unfocused.
Blink out of sync.
Yeah, a little bit. And you see him make an effort to focus and what will I say? Well, it's him over there, and he's gonna just vaguely gesture towards the door. Everything went to shit when he came along.
Who's been helping him?
His mother and brothers, I think.
Do you know what they were planning to do tonight?
They were taking the lovely girl from the tavern to the reef.
Do I know who he means when he says lovely girl?
The bartender?
Yeah, you met her, the
no.
The
barmaid.
bartender?
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Do you know when?
Midnight. Then we were
Okay.
told to grab the Spitfire over there instead.
I would like to say that the butt of a gun kind of comes his way before stopping that far away from his
No.
head.
Honestly,
Like,
Spitfire
fuck
is a
you.
fairly
That's-
nice way of
that's-
putting what
Oh,
Blender
yes,
probably
absolutely.
is.
It's more of a don't talk to me, don't talk about me. Yourself.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Keep my wife's name.
Exactly.
Except I put a bullet in him.
I'm trying to think what else would be useful for him. It's like,
Where's the reef?
where do they leave from? Where do they take him from to get to the reef?
Sharif.
We'll leave from the cannery. Put them in a barrel on a boat, and then they leave out towards. They go towards the reef and then come back without the barrel.
Right. Do you have family here, sir?
No, they're on the mainland.
Okay, good. And Annika will kind of look up and look around and be like, anyone else got any questions? Or
Is he paid?
is this guy paid?
Yeah. Why? Who?
Yeah, why?
We know why. Why did he do it?
Why are you helping them?
Oh. What else? What else is there? I can work in the tavern or at the cannery.
To be less dead.
I could
Well-
be not here. Could go to the mainland with your family, you know.
I came here to earn money for them. It's the best job place in the region. Earns the most money in the region.
Unfortunately, I suspect that is very true.
But at the cost of your soul, man.
And not for long.
Oh. Guess my soul was gone the moment I set foot on this island.
No, it was gone the moment he decided to work for them in this capacity.
Oh. Some people would make that sacrifice. Don't shit on him for doing so.
Blender's not happy with this man.
Hansford gets it.
Thank you for answering my question, sir.
Layton, do you have a way to make it easier?
I do.
Then, if you would oblige me.
Of course. And, yeah, he'll regretfully, give the gentleman something that will put him off to sleep, from which he will not awaken.
Laudanum do that? Enough of it?
Probably. I feel
Or
like
laudanum or
because
other
laudanum's an opiate, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like enough of any opiate would probably do that. So yeah.
Enough of anything will kill you. It's too much water is deadly.
Too much oxygen will take you out.
I mean, that's how everybody dies if they don't die of something else first. It's oxygen poisoning long term.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
he'll
get oxygenated.
He'll do it this man of kindness.
Yep.
He doesn't like it, but he'll do it.
For an instant, you notice that he realizes that that was not the antidote, and he's going to try and claw at Leighton with his hands, just rake at him. And let's see. Ha! That's actually a success. So you get a swipe across your face, Leighton.
That's fair.
Look, give him that one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Leighton will take it. He won't like at this point, you know, the guy's dying anyway. He's
It
not even
is-
going to pull away. He's just gonna
He's allowed to be angry, you know.
Yeah.
It is literally only out of respect for Leighton that he doesn't put a bullet in him on the
Yep.
spot, I think.
Yep. I've been sitting here going, oh, Blender wants to shoot this man. Like,
Oh, I think, like, there's definitely that, but I think as soon as he can tell what's happening, I think,
Yeah.
and as soon as this guy goes to swing, I think that almost instinctively, like, gun gets leveled, and I think his trigger finger kind of, like, twitches,
Blender will
But-
actually put her hand on the barrel and lower it.
but he'll nod and let out a breath.
I'm not happy about Taylor. Doesn't
Yep.
seem
Okay.
truly evil.
It
With
seems
this
like-
guy,
Sorry,
with
go
this
ahead.
guy, with this guy dead, Annika's kind of gonna pop up and go back over to the other guy to check that he's still unconscious.
Now
Well, I
here,
haven't left your side.
It seems like Leighton, having been a doctor / surgeon, you know, is used to people flailing around, so this has not really phased him. You know, he's
Used
got
to-
some scratches. It happens.
Used to it in this day and age, yes.
Okay. So you walk on over to where Ansfrid is. Do you tying him laying down or to a chair?
Let's say to a chair. I like that.
Okay.
I gagged him first. That was
Yeah.
the first thing I did. With a rolled up napkin from the table.
Okay.
Oh,
May I
can we have it that it was like in the shape of a swan or something?
yes,
It would have been in the shape of a mackerel.
get fished, idiot. Can I? I'll do it Blender's way. May I suggest that we blindfold him? I don't know if he needs
I
to see
think
us.
we need to find gunshots the sound carries well over water. This needs to be done quickly. There will be more coming.
Yes.
Smelling salts?
You can't ask him questions without taking the gag out. Do we want to do this? Or do we want to have him as a bargaining chip?
Well,
Oof.
how likely is it that the rest of his folk, presumably out there receiving their barrels of human tribute, will be inclined to negotiate?
How likely is it that even if we do negotiate with them successfully, they will honor their word once we leave?
Oh,
Slim to
he
none.
needs to die.
Exactly. So it's not a
But-
matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yes.
Do we let them in and discuss things, and really that's just a trap and we're going to kill them all because we're going to have to?
Ugh.
I feel if we
Or
kill
we
him,
kill him, and does killing him make them not able to make this deal anymore?
do they need to know that he's dead?
I imagine they will very quickly, unless we put the body in a barrel.
Mm-hmm. You want your
We're
sacrifice?
going, bye!
I mean,
You
I
want your
mean,
sacrifice? You'll get it.
even gagged, the man could nod and shake his head.
All right.
I've
yes
had
or
a
no
thought.
questions?
This is dangerous.
We spoke
It is-
about this.
Yes, it is dangerous. I have had a thought that we, well, you, rather, dispose of the gentleman here, and we do the, what do they call it? The old switcheroo.
Put
Are you
him in the
proposing
barrel.
Put him in the barrel in which the, barkeep is
Exactly.
currently,
a-
Presiding.
You want your sacrifice? Here you go.
It's not. My brain went. Are you proposing to breakfast at Tiffany's him? And I was like, no, it's Ferris Bueller.
No, I think what they're trying to do is weaken at Bernie's.
Yeah,
Weekend
no,
at Bernie's. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Weekend
I
at
knew what you
Bernie's.
meant.
He suggests that they do the whole poetic justice thing of rescuing the damsel and sticking the villain
yes.
in her place,
Barrel.
dead. Yes.
Or we could weekend at Bernie's body.
No.
Oh. No, I fully agree
At
with
least
you,
because
Terris.
Could
we,
we-
do
could we
not know
breakfast
what
at
Weekend
Tiffany's
at Bernie's
body?
is yet.
We just
With
put him
Bernie.
into a slinky black dress.
I do not know this
And
bird.
then drop him into the ocean.
Unfortunately, the guide buoys have not been invented yet, so you can't do the clank, clank, clank of Weekend at Bernie's.
A movie I have not seen.
Oh, you need to. It's so funny. Completely disrespectful of the dead, but you know, it's still funny.
I think as everyone is having this discussion, I think a sort of clearly antsy Victor is just going to let me know when we've decided what we're doing, and is going to move out the front, because I believe, if I'm remembering right, that this property, at least at the front, had like hedges and stuff, right?
There was a maid.
Yeah, there's a maid in the that's still in the house, and yes, there are some hedges outside, well trimmed, and the gravel road leading up to it is basically the only well-kept part of this island.
And I think is fully going to just kind of ensconce himself crouching in one of the gardens near the hedges,
Okay.
gun out, just waiting, because I'm sure that the sound of gunfire will have attracted some sort of attention, and if people come running with the intent of helping these people, they are going to be... What's the best way to put it? If
Shot.
it's just people running up, he might try to dissuade them. If he sees any sort of weapon on them and assumes they are here to help, they are going to be met with lead.
Ah, the
I love
percussive
that.
persuasion method.
Blender thinks about going with him, remembers the maid. I'm gonna go fetch the maid.
Okay. Yeah, you unlock the door and you walk out.
We'll ask this guy some questions.
I will not be very good with that. I will go and get the other person who was in the house.
Shall I then?
Please.
And he will hold up his smelling salts.
Leighton, could you please give me a vigilance check?
Vigilance. That's 2 plus 5, so that's 7. Roll.
You're still muted,
That-
lovely.
Oops.
Me? Oh. No, I'm not lovely. Sorry. That's 3 6s. out of
Okay.
nine.
I
I
love
can
that,
hear you
Terris.
just fine, lovely.
As you turn around with the smelling salts, you are met by pitch black eyes looking at you. And
Did we blindfold him?
did you blindfold him?
No, we didn't do that.
No, you didn't.
No.
We gagged him.
Like, and it's like
Though I might now.
it's like
Because
staring.
I did suggest the blindfold too.
You did.
Yep. And it's like staring into bottomless black beads. For a moment, you feel like you really want to free this man and help him out, but you manage to shake that feeling off.
Leighton, having felt this, is quite angry at this fella. So he's going to lean in close enough that the others probably would have to strain to hear him.
Mhm.
And he's just going to whisper, rather nastily, just, if you keep that up, I am going to make the remainder of your miserable, short life very, very painful indeed.
Nice. Please give me a
Need to be
manipulation.
reminded every now and again that Leighton has a dark side.
Please give me a manipulation check with. I'm gonna give you 2 extra dice for that.
Okay, so that will be 4 dice. That is 1 success, thank you.
Nice.
Can't roll for shit. Still very angry. Zacharias will nod once, but does not break eye contact with you. His eyes are still pitch black.
Leighton also does not break eye contact with him, though he will back off a few steps, not through fear, just to give others room to get close to him
Mhm.
if need be.
Would Ansfred have observed this interaction?
I mean, if you're standing
I
right
mean,
next to
he didn't
it.
make he didn't make a
I-
secret of it, he just spoke low enough that you
Yeah.
probably have had to strain to hear what Leighton was saying.
It's more about like I saw the eyes, right? I saw
Yes.
the eyes go weird, and yeah, I blindfold the fucker. I was like, okay, that's enough of. We don't need you to be able to see, or frankly, be able to talk. You can nod. I suggest you do. Otherwise, yeah, I'll let Leighton be with you alone.
I used to hear what you would generously assume be cursing from behind the gag.
I know, it's very frustrating, but you started this.
Okay.
The consequences of your actions.
Yay!
Truly.
So, my love, yes or no questions?
All right.
No. And I lean into his ears and say, say, just so you know, I don't need you to be alive to answer my questions. So.
Just to make it a touch more sinister. Okay, we have a mind to return you to your, brethren, I suppose. Would you prefer that to dying horribly?
I mean,
Got a strategy here.
I like this. He nods.
You see a brief pause, and then he will nod.
Good. Glad we're on the same page in regards that. Now, this situation has been going on for some time. If we return you in a alive state from whence you came, would your brethren be likely to continue making trouble for the people of this island?
I don't think they have been making trouble.
Again, you notice a brief pause, and then he'll shake his head.
Trouble is, I don't know if he's telling me the truth or not.
Can we sort of insight that?
You can make an observation. Yeah.
Yes, I would
Love-
like to do observation, because I get to roll a lot of dice for that.
Don't forget to use the advantage that you might have grabbed at
I have
this.
2.
So how advantages work in Vaesen is before the mystery starts. Well, you make up a thing that you might use, and you can call upon like, "Hi, I want to use my advantage here," and then you describe what you have done in preparation for this to get that advantage.
Yeah.
It's
I
currently-
rolled 2 successes on the observation.
Okay.
I rolled 1.
So with a 3 combined between the two of you, Ansfrid, you will notice that the brief pause is likely he's considering... He's telling the truth, but he's considering what part of the truth to tell you. Annika, you would also see that he's telling the truth. He's being truthful, but with 1 success, that's what you get. So, Ansfrid, you would know that he might not be telling... Because he can only give you yes or no answers, he is obviously not giving you the whole of the truth.
To be clear, when I say make trouble, I also mean that, you know, they don't have to continue giving any benefits to these people of the island, but they definitely can't do the opposite. So if we go from suspiciously high number of fish to suspiciously low number of fish, I might view that negative. Do you understand?
Are you actually... I can't remember the name of the bar lady.
Let me grab her
But
name.
the question is, are you actually her son?
So her name is Abela. And
right.
when you ask that, he'll shake his head.
Yeah.
And
You
then
just look like him?
uh
Or she never had a son like you?
uh oh
That's not a yes or no question, darling.
You just look like him?
he'll shake his head again.
Or she never had a son like you?
She's in on it.
He's going to pause, considering like how to answer that, and then he's
It's
going
a
to
yes or no answer.
no, but the like she never had a son like you. Do you shake your head for no? No, she didn't, or no, she doesn't, or does she say like? That's
Did she ever have a son named what his name is?
okay. Then he's gonna shake his head.
You're the siren's
she in
child,
on it?
then.
She is fully aware of what you are.
He's gonna nod at all three questions.
Ooh.
He adopted you?
Another nod.
I feel like the power relationship is a little bit inverse there, actually.
All right.
Would you like to go back to the ocean?
You get another brief pause, and then a very sharp nod.
Are you trapped here?
He's gonna shake his head.
Then why don't you? No, sorry, that's not yes or no.
Has this ongoing arrangement been beneficial for your people?
He's gonna nod.
By a tap of foot, how many of you are there?
We just sit here while he taps endlessly.
No, he's going to lift his foot slightly, and then tilt his head a bit as if thinking. And then he's gonna put his foot down and tap it once, and then lift it again and hold it there.
1.5.
He would be the half, you would be the half.
You hear muttering from under the gag, as if not a string of curses like you would expect, but almost like he's trying to explain something.
Have we noticed that his abilities are verbal, or is it the eyes that we're really worried about?
Give me a vigilance check.
Oh shit, I'm really bad at that.
Hold on.
Vigilance with logic, hey?
Yeah.
Did.
I'm not that awful at it. And I do have that thing. No. Shit, fucking 3 successes. I rolled 3 6s and a 1.
That's amazing.
Nice.
You know everything.
Okay, so what you know is that from what you can remember, from what you've seen of his abilities so far, it depends.
Right.
On which, like, some of the abilities he's used have been verbal, and some have been he has to see you.
Right.
Oh.
So we don't want to take the blood thing out. My dear,
Yes.
may I borrow that pistol?
Sure.
I take out, I put the barrel to the back of his head, and then I undo the gag. anything I don't like, I pull the trigger.
Leighton is going to take a step to one side to be out of the splatter zone.
You see, like a
Reasonable.
shiver go through his entire body as the metal makes contact with the back of his head.
I've yet to meet a Vaesen who enjoyed a silver bullet to the brain pan.
To put this simply, sir, we would like to bring this unfortunate business to a close without any ongoing difficulties for
Unpleasantness.
either side. And if
To-
returning you alive allows us to do that, we're prepared to.
To answer your previous question, I know of one like myself, and that is me.
No.
Who
So
is
singing from outside, out on over the water, then.
That would be my mother.
What would she be then?
She is a mermaid.
And
Oh.
you are?
halfway? Bit of both?
A lesser
Oxford.
man would probably say rather annoyed, to answer your question. But that is not what you're asking. I
No,
do not
quite.
know. All I know is that my father met an untimely end after he sired me.
Oh, like
Praying mantis.
that's the one.
I do not think that was the exact extent of it, but as far as I know, humans cannot breathe water.
Oh,
No,
Generally
right.
not,
Oh.
no.
No.
but he was a man.
Yes.
A human man.
He was.
God's sake, always
This
do
is
this.
intriguing. So, do you have all the same abilities of your mother, or do you kind of only have some? And Annika's notebook is out. She's taking notes now. Like, oh.
I have a fraction of the abilities my mother has.
And how did you come to be on the island in the first place?
I do not remember exactly how it happened, but apparently I was found in a fisher's net as a boy.
Oh,
And the good mother of that family, Abela, decided to adopt me.
Huh.
Not knowing exactly what or who I was.
I
But
see.
she is aware now.
Oh yes. We came
And
to an agreement when I hit the proper age for such dealings.
and what exactly was the nature of the deal you struck? Like, I think we've got most of it, but I'm curious to see how you would summarize it.
Prosperity.
Hmm.
And
And
in all business dealings, you have to give some to get some.
namely, fresh human at the full moon.
The new moon. Yes.
New moon. Sorry, new moon. Wrong moon. That one. Right.
Yes. My mother
Oh, sorry.
enjoys new company.
But not for very long.
No.
Is it a mantis situation? Or is she looking to have more like you?
I wouldn't presume to know what my mother is planning what to do with her gifts.
Right.
But they
watch it.
don't survive the experience.
No, they do not. As far as I know.
Right. The corpses washing up on the beach would kind of tend to indicate.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you think your
Mermaids.
mother?
No, my love, you go.
Do you think your mother is likely to be angered by the cessation of these offerings?
No, I think she will just move elsewhere.
Oh, that works
Taking
great.
taking the herring with her, of course.
Out of curiosity, the herring had a seasonal cycle before.
Mm.
Was that her? She come here, she stay for a while, she leave again.
Oh no, nature does what nature will.
Ah,
It's
interesting.
the constant influx of herring that is her doing.
Keren is frozen, but she is just revamping her connection.
Okay.
Well, you've been very helpful. Pity about the. I presume the firecracker was going to be an additional offering. Or just something that was in the bay.
Well, you know the saying, 2 flies, 1 swat.
Sure, but the bartender is very good at her job.
Yes, she is. She's also an outsider.
How are they chosen?
Value.
Oh.
The greater the sacrifice, the more the gain.
How is value determined?
Honestly, I'm rarely part of the selection process.
Sure, Jen.
Did I miss anything pertinent?
He's not. The mermaid is not directly responsible for the herring coming and going as they will, but she is responsible for their persistent coming of late. I think that's basically.
And the selections.
The selection process is not handled by him, and it's all about value. But value is obviously in the eye of the beholder.
Yes. So we have to convince his adoptive mother and his ocean mother to not make trouble.
Well, the ocean mother will happily just fuck off if the thing stops, so that's not really a problem.
Oh, okay.
But we have to convince land mother to stop. Or mystery option 3, we allow a few to take a hit for the good of the many. I'm not proposing this option, but
I would almost suggest that one final offering that he could give would be his adopted mother.
a lot of value in that.
As an incentive to fuck her off quickly.
He doesn't have to be the one to give it.
That was a Terris suggestion. I'm trying to decide how Leighton would word that exactly.
Well,
Annika's gonna kind of gesture, be like, should we go over there and have a conversation when we can't hear? Just a little.
I say thank you very much for your candor, sir, and I regag him.
Once again, you hear a long slew of what you could easily assume are very inventive curse words.
I understand, yes. No, I know exactly. I feel it, yeah. She is lovely, isn't she? I am blessed.
And I think on that
No, he's
note...
cute too, but not my type.
So, you were going to discuss what you wanted to do about the whole situation.
Yeah.
There's a hole? Oh.
I
So-
mean, there were several in the other guys.
Yeah, look, I certainly didn't help that with the main dude either.
There's a hole in the
Member.
clock.
4 clocks worth.
Yeah, no, I think I'm still outside. Whatever
So
conversation
yeah,
is
I'm-
occurring.
that would be.
I've
that
gone to
would
fetch
be-
that maid. So.
Yes.
How did they go?
So, yes, Blenda, let's hop on over to you. Could you
Hello.
please give me a vigilance check?
Oh, I can do that. Okay, 1 second. See, so I feel like I have more to that though. Oh yes, I did. Cool, 7. Very cool. And is logic. Very cool. Yep, 7 dice. 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 6 and a 2. So 1 success, and final dice. 2. I got 1 success.
Okay. You do hear after as you sneak around in the not sneak, probably marching around because in the house
I'm over it, bro.
you eventually hear what sounds like panicked breathing from one of the rooms upstairs. It's very, very faint, as if whoever is hiding is like covering their mouth. But you manage to just pick it up as you pass a door.
Yeah, I'll open the door and just calm down.
Behind you see the figure of the maid just crouching, looking at you, her hands over her mouth, and just wild-eyed.
How much do you know about him?
Well, I know that Master Zacharias was, he has a temper, but he's always nice.
No.
Well, to me at least, and to his family, and to his mother.
How long have you been working for him?
A couple of years, maybe 3 years now.
Did you know that this kidnapping was going to happen?
No, I know that Master Zacharias has men around at all times, but I try to not get in the way of those other men. They're not the best people.
The ones that took me?
Oh, I had nothing to do with that.
And, what do you mean, the others? Because you weren't talking about them.
Oh, no. No, there's about 6 or 7 men working for Master Zacharias. Most of them at the cannery.
Okay. I'm going to bring you downstairs. You are not going to panic. You're going to sit with my friends, and you're going to tell us everything you know.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Come on, and Lenda's gonna kind of just lift her up
Oh.
by the hand and just.
What if the others decide that it's my fault?
Well, they'll be dead. It's okay.
Okay. And
Do you have
she'll
any
just
weapons?
she will walk with you, but you can tell that she's terrified.
Good.
Didn't say she couldn't be scared, just that she's not allowed to panic. All right. Blenda's gonna lead this maid in by the hand.
Okay.
Look what I found.
Ooh, come on.
She's. I think she's innocent in this. She's
As
gonna kind of
innocent
kick
on
the
as
Vaesen.
anybody on this island.
Maybe more so.
It's easy to turn a blind eye when it's benefiting you and you aren't directly doing anything wrong.
Lytton is
Oh,
going
no.
to check, glance at the maid, just, are you alright?
I didn't hurt her.
I didn't think you would.
Other than being Actually, give me an observation check.
Observation. Let me see. Observation. Empathy. I got nothing.
Okay. She's clearly frightened. You can tell that, and a little bit twitchy. But given the situation, it's probably
is
not
going-
that weird.
Yep, Lytton is going to cast an eye around the room. He's given Victor his flask, so he's looking for
Mhm.
something like a nice brandy that he could pour her a glass of.
You don't see any in this room.
Where is the alcohol, dear?
Alcohol. Oh, that maybe in the kitchen or And she's gonna glance over to the blindfolded and gagged person in fine clothing.
You do not have to listen to a thing that he says anymore.
Right. Well, there could be
You
some
may survive this.
You may.
There might be some in Master Zacharias' room.
Well, we don't need to impose on the man's privacy. Let's look at the kitchen first.
Yes. And Lytton will
We'll
just
go
sort
into
of
that room eventually.
eye her for a brief idea of where the kitchen is. He will get that himself and serve her.
Yep. You do find some like cheap brandy and some ale and some cooking wine in the kitchen.
The brandy will work. He'll pour her a glass and bring it to her. Put the bottle on the table.
While Leighton's been doing that, Blenda's actually going to kind of nudge the Vaesen with her foot and just nod yes, shake head no, obviously. Does she have anything to do with this? Does she know anything, rather?
Brief pause, and then he's gonna shake his head.
Do I think he's telling the truth?
You could give me an observation check if you want.
I could. It's not going to be very good. Oh, and actually, I have a plus to that, so I get to roll 4 dice. 3 and a 4. 4 and a 6.
Okay.
Ha! Fuck this guy.
Nice.
It looks like he was telling the truth. You figure that the brief pause was just him thinking to see, like, she's a housemaid. Could she have overheard stuff? Could she have known things? But from what you can tell,
She's not a willing participant.
no.
Okay.
So as far as he knows, she doesn't know.
Yeah. Cool. And you will assure us that whatever she does tell us, she will face no repercussions. And she walks away. That wasn't a question. That
Yeah.
was fuck with her and you're dead.
Well,
Okay.
he has bigger fish to fry.
Ha!
Thank you.
Yeah. Quite literally. Actually, I think you could have an extra die for that. Because, yes.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Oh, bad puns get us points. Alright, let's go.
Yes. You also, keep in mind that you also have, I think, 3 successes banked now.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And you do have 2 hero points, 3 hero points that you can use.
Hmm.
So Annika has 1, Victor has 1, and there's 1 communal one.
I have a crit success, apparently, it says on my sheet.
Yes, it's from way back. Everyone got a nat 20 token, but for Vaesen
right.
that doesn't exist. So you got a
I
crit
didn't.
success.
Yeah, I've still got mine, so I didn't spend mine either.
It's the thing that looks like a
Very
little
cool.
ferret paw print on your on the screen.
Yes.
Oh.
No, brain fell out.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright. The questioning is not Blenda's strong suit. She's very
No.
happy to leave the maid to you guys, and she's actually going to go and join. She's actually, first of all, she'll kind of, in the kindest gesture that you've ever seen Blenda give to somebody other than Victor, she's going to kind of put her hand on the maid's shoulder and say,
Mm.
"We'll make sure nobody hurts you." and then she's just gonna leave, load her gun, and go and join Victor on the other side of the path of the hedges.
Yep.
Just
And when
kind
she
of
leaves,
nod to,
Ansfrid,
nod to her husband.
as soon as she leaves, Ansfrid says, what she means is, I'll make sure. This gentleman has been... He and his mother have been sacrificing young people to a creature in the ocean for long-going prosperity once a month or so. Assuming that you believe what I have just told you, do you have any information, any things you have observed in your time here that could be interesting for people investigating this situation?
Well,
It is okay if the answer is no.
I don't. It's strange, but I thought it was I thought it was strange that everything went so well all of a sudden when we there was a long time ago, long before I was born, famine was a big thing here, and then suddenly for like 30 years nothing. Like
Yes.
I thought that was strange, but I didn't think that was why.
Well, I suppose the only question I would have, and this is, he really looks back at the
Zacharias?
name, just Zacharias, there you go. And he says, would your mother accept some other sacrifice, not of the flesh?
He's going to try and shrug as if I don't know.
So your first thought was human sacrifice?
He's got a point. Maybe she would just like a Christmas card once in a while. Like, bro, fuck.
Again, you hear what sounds like words, but like
Ansfrid goes over, cocks the gun.
yeah.
Pulls off the gag.
Well, I do not see why the giving to the sea of some outsiders would be a bad thing when our current community benefits from it.
They are still people.
Sailors go missing in the ocean all the time.
Yes, and that is regrettable.
Yes.
If your argument is that some people should die sometimes, then why do you wish to continue living so fervently? You could be that some person very easily.
Your life is, well, their lives are just as important to them as your life is to you.
I guess my life is more important to me than their lives are to me.
Yes,
that is how people are. That is the nature of humans. Yes. That doesn't mean that you get to kill them.
I have not killed a single human in my life.
No, just put them in a position where somebody else could do it.
You are still culpable.
If I was to hold you over a pit of sharpened steel spikes and then let go, is it my fault or gravity?
That would obviously be your fault.
Of course. I put you in a position where you could easily die, and then you did so. thereby it's my fault. Similarly, when you put somebody in a position where they could easily be eaten by a mermaid, and they do get eaten by a mermaid or otherwise drowned, then yeah, I'm afraid that would be your fault.
Well,
Death by proxy.
you see, I have never put a barrel in the ocean for my mother.
I would go further and say any omission of action, but I think we are arguing around a certain point here. So your mother said something along the lines of, I want some delicious young thing once every new moon, and I'll keep the herring good. And your landmother said, fine, that sounds great. And you don't have anything to do with that.
I am merely the messenger between the two.
And I am going to shoot the messenger.
Okay, you get an extra die for that one. That was brilliant.
So you are fully aware of the conversations they are having because you are the mouthpiece.
Yes.
By your own admission, sir. So, then what is the exact deal? You must be aware, you're the one who talks.
Once every full moon, once every new moon, one human is selected to be brought out to the reef to my mother. In exchange, she brings food and prosperity to the entire region and all of its people.
And the selection process must have been negotiated at some point. You say value is important. You failed to
Yes.
answer this accurately last time, so please go into a little bit more detail.
As far as I understand it, my mother wishes for a gift equal to the value she gives. I leave it to, as you would call her, my landmother, to make the selection.
So it is purely your landmother's judgment of the value of the gift.
Yes. And apparently, she seems to be in sync with my mother on this, because the region has prospered for the past 30 years.
Anyone else have a need to go and talk to this mermaid?
360
she?
people. No, more. No, 360
least.
people. At least.
It's at 13 in a year, actually. So another 40 or so. No, another 30. It's another 30 years, Joshua. 390.
390 people.
300.
How many people are in the region?
At this time, let me double check how many people lived.
Are we actually contemplating this?
Well,
No, I'm thinking about how hard I need to shoot this guy.
I am contemplating speaking with the mer lady, if that is possible.
That went so well the last time.
Well, we have leverage.
Oh, I don't think anybody would improve the situation by holding a gun to this fine young man's head.
I'm going to hold a gun to this fine young man's head.
Okay. At the time,
I'm
it
not
is.
improving anything.
So at the time, it is estimated that about 2,500 people lived in the region.
That is
Over
not
the
That's
course of
not-
the human lifespan.
That's not
No,
enough
this-
to justify.
What would be enough? Out of market, or are we saying 1 million? 1 million would be fine to sacrifice 500 for? Over the course of an average human lifespan in this time? Is 1 million alright? I'm like, I'm not arguing for any one particular answer here, but I'm just like, what would be okay? I'm mildly curious. I like, if I heard, yeah,
I
you sacrifice
think that,
500
like-
people over 50 years, then, over 40 years.
I personally think that maybe instead of, giving her gifts of human sacrifices, maybe we could have just made her like a seashell crown.
Or a present.
Yeah,
Just like
like
just
a
something.
gift.
Yeah.
But if we go
Like-
talk to her and she would be happy with, a freshly baked pie once a month, great.
That'd actually
That
work.
makes
Bear
sense.
out
Yeah.
what? You know, it doesn't have to be.
Human.
Given that this
Hey,
is such a
kiddos.
profitable enterprise, I'm sure they could swing for like there must be something else. All right. I don't endorse in any way taking Mr. Zacharias with us. Does your mother speak Swedish
Or English.
or that? How do Swedish mermaids speak English?
No idea.
Oh, of
Look,
course, the
she's
bloody
got
stat block is
travel options.
Of course, the bloody stat block is not in the actual module. but
I'm reasonable
every time.
in Dane.
I can speak French. Not well, but I can.
I know loads of German curse words.
Okay.
And I imagine
her-
she'll have a few for us.
Yes, I imagine she would be able to understand you.
Splendid. Then you get to live. Congratulations. As in,
You passed the
Hunsford
test.
isn't going to kill him.
But someone
think
else
Victor
might.
might.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Don't think we're
sincerely
safe
doubt
with
this man is
Victor.
going to survive a day, but you know.
So, what do we want to do?
I think we should go and get the land mother and bring her along for no particular reason.
I think,
I
But
would
I'm
like to
outside
have
in the
words.
bushes, so ignore me.
yeah.
I would like to have words with her personally. as well.
I redo the gag, and I say that's very good of you, thank you. So I don't think, given that it's been nearly 25 minutes, Victor, Blender, anything?
I think Victor is actually outside the front door still.
Yeah, so
Has
Blender.
been keeping watch for. Are you calling
But
us
if no
in?
one's come for like the first 25 minutes, like this has not been
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, no.
That is true. I think especially if we can hear the mention of our names, I think Victor will sort of
I'm
catch
reluctant
Blender's
to leave this
attention and head
guy-
inside.
Unsupervised.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would sort of shout out and say, anything? If not, come back.
Don't think so.
Nothing.
Can't swing.
Nobody
sword.
seems to have noticed.
Profitable enough but not enough for our local constabulary. All right. Well, so we relay all the information, hopefully accurately, and say, I think the consensus seems to be that we need to talk, maybe with, well, certainly with Zacharias' mother, but possibly also the well-armed bar lady.
Yes.
And that is what gives me pause. Unless, where does she live? We don't want to go to the bar, is my point.
Turning to the basin. Where does she live?
Oh no, we have a map, don't we? It's.
Yes, you do have a map. As far as you can
Does she not
tell,
live in the residence too?
no. As far
Oh.
as you can tell, she lives at the bar.
Ah,
I think Victor will. I
we're not welcome
understand,
there.
but
We'll be less
Addition-
welcome after this.
additionally, after what happened earlier, willingly speaking with that mer woman seems risky.
Like, Anna has to bite her lip
Yes.
because, from an intellectual perspective, she desperately wants to talk to this mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was thinking
Dangerous.
I am much stronger than Annika. And she has a better mouth than me. I can attest to this. So, we perhaps say I invest in some excellent earmuffs and carry her.
As long as we perhaps hold on to your weapons for you. As he turns to Annika to say that, just so that if the worst comes to pass, you don't have an easy way to stab your husband.
It would not be the first
they
time.
don't tend to like that. But it kind of side eyes Victor. Like, sorry, bro.
Eyes dead ahead.
You said you wouldn't bring it up again.
He didn't. You did.
That said, as for Zachariah here, I think my stance is fairly clear. If you all disagree,
Leave the room.
I will leave with the decision we make, but
I would prefer
you
if you
understand.
did.
I will abstain from this decision. It was your wife that was wronged in this situation.
Indeed.
I don't know about you, my love, but I don't think the world would be better off with him left in it. I don't know if the word sociopath is something that is in the public lexicon at this point in history, but that's definitely what he is. So,
Leighton, will you
Yes.
take the maid out of the room?
Why don't we go to the kitchen and I'll make you a sandwich?
oh, we're not in the room while we're having this conversation.
No. Then yeah, no, he will
Right?
take her. Yeah, he will just
Yeah.
wander
Oh, I
off
thought
to-
we were.
Well, I don't want to leave the guy unsupervised, so maybe we are in the room.
Yeah.
And she's just sort of sitting there, and he's sitting there listening to us debate his life. But I gave him my word I would not be the one to do it, so... But that was mostly because I assumed Victor wanted to.
Blender's
And-
gonna
Oh,
level.
go ahead.
Annika, do you have an alternate viewpoint?
I'm conflicted. From a well, just he's a unique creature. He's fascinating. It seems a bit of a waste to just put a bullet in his head. But at the
My
same
love.
breath,
I
You
don't
can
think
study
he
his
deserves a
insides.
bullet, personally.
Well, every human is a unique creature, and he does not really seem to appreciate that.
well, that was the second half of my point was, however, he does seem inclined to act in ways cavalier to the best interests of others.
Which is probably due to a peculiar upbringing.
Yes.
Yes.
But that
I
does not change the fact.
just wanted to say, as Leighton is taking the lady out into the kitchen, he is going to look over and hand Blender, without even looking at her, just hand her his last silver oxide syringe.
Blender will hand it straight back. She would be currently kind of like perched on the edge of the dining room table with a knife out and a silver bullet, carving this guy's name. Leighton said, "This guy's not worth a bullet," and
it's like-
Blender's like halfway through this guy's name, like, damn.
It's that. And that's all there's room for. It's not a large bullet.
Zach
Love
on
you,
one
darling.
side and
Dibs,
Arias
dibs.
on the other.
Dibs.
Dibs.
No dibs. You can't
Raya.
call dibs,
Yeah.
babe.
Dibs.
You can't call dibs.
Mine. I'm gonna eat it.
Crunchy.
Don't give the DM ideas.
Blender's going to level the rifle at him and use like the muzzle of it to pull the gag out of his mouth. If I shoot you now, what happens? Victor, if he tries to charm me, shoot him.
Rapier comes. Yeah, rapier is drawn.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say silver rapier is also out, so I think there are 3 pointed blades sort of pointed at this guy.
Oh no, I've got my gun.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
gun and 2 pointed blades.
Dagger.
Okay.
A bullet is basically a very small blade.
You have 3 weapons on you right now.
If you were to shoot me now, as you put it, I would imagine that my mother would be very cross and abandon this region and all of its people. I would also personally feel that would be a bad idea, just on a personal level.
Well, that is fair.
Oh,
Now,
excuse me.
do keep in mind that my mother controls the sea around here.
No,
Yes,
we'll
we
be
don't wanna be-
gone. If we kill you and she's not going to negotiate, then we'll be gone long before she is aware of it. Unless you have some sort of weird psychic connection, in which case we're about to learn that and have to live on fish for a while, I think.
And you feel that I am the unreasonable one,
I
sacrificing...
shoot him in the kneecap.
Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack.
Different bullet, but I shoot this guy in the fucking kneecap. I don't want to kill him.
You get one
I think I rolled
extra. You get
12.
one extra
If-
die because he cannot dodge out of the way.
Every
Yeah.
time
Got
we
1
do
6.
something like this, I catch myself going
2
like, "Oi,
6s.
maybe we shouldn't," and then remember who I'm playing, and I'm like, "Wait, no,
10, 11, 12, and last one.
I'm okay with this."
I got 3 6s out of 13 dice.
Yep, that's definitely a hit.
I'm not
This
looking to
range?
kill. I'm just looking to put him in a world of pain right now, so he'll answer my fucking questions.
What's the caliber of this rifle?
Decent.
We have
His
calibers?
lower leg is shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not really a leg anymore.
For a moment, the room takes on a very briny scent, and everyone who's in the room gets this salt water seaweed kind of taste in their mouth.
No,
Like-
you're right. We should not negotiate.
And
Blenda is actually going to spit her out and immediately spit the second that taste hits her tongue.
yep, and
Perhaps also a cup of tea, dear.
and you
So he believes me. I
hear
didn't kill him. Yep.
a
Give it a minute.
shout of pain just rings out as you're destroying his leg. And
No.
yeah, it's just he's trying really hard to breathe at all through the pain.
Perhaps next time, if we still need them to talk, start smaller.
A toll, maybe.
Blenda kind of looks
feel-
down and like, I feel a bit better.
A phrase about pots and kettles runs through Ansfrid's mind as in reference to the sociopath comment from earlier, but
Oh yeah.
No, she is deeply traumatized. She will
yeah,
lower
I mean,
the gun.
so's this
turn-
guy really.
He's now he is.
If he wasn't
In-
before, he is now.
Yo,
Turning
we
to the
gave him the
party.
sight. Huge.
True.
Never
Turning to-
mind that he was a vessel.
True. Turning to the party. In my experience, leaving a vessel alive is never a good idea.
We have had so many experiences where that was not the case. Like you and I, in the last 2 months.
The little ones are different.
There
The
was a
malicious
giant.
ones. The malicious ones.
Oh,
The
good, I'm
ones
glad
who
you
are
specified.
just the middleman.
I mean, this one, yes, he sees nothing wrong with what's going on here. Look, I'm happy to let nature take its course, as he so eloquently put it. I don't think negotiating is really a necessary thing. If she's going to bugger off if he dies, that actually works. We don't need to talk to the lady. We kill him and leave.
I am slightly uncomfortable leaving her alive.
We just kill him and leave, and then let whatever happens happen. Just feels
Well,
a bit
as soon as
messy.
the sacrifices stop, then, well, as soon as the herring leave, then the sacrifices will presumably. All right, we've got to kill one other person before we leave.
Yes.
What do you do with his land, mother?
I think Victor, sort of standing a little bit off to the side and listening to this, will have just pulled his put his rapier away. Sorry, pulled his gun out, chambered around, and is just going to fire it through the guy's temple. Just barrel to side of head, and just. I agree that he needed to be dealt with, but leaving him in pain while we debate over the semantics feels perhaps a little much.
He
No,
would have
you're
had to be
right.
dropped off the side of a boat to be eaten and drowned. Not necessarily in that order.
No, he wouldn't have done anything.
Oh, of
He would-
course.
He
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 would not have
does-
prevented other
To
things.
be clear, he deserved everything he got.
Mm.
But I think, especially given how little harm actually came to you,
No thanks to him.
Have
no thanks to
you
him.
have you done the shot, or are you planning to?
No,
think it's
I
been
think
done.
at that time,
Yeah.
I think, like, if he can, to avoid trying to roll or whatever, he's effectively just going for this guy is clearly in pain and everything's going badly. He's just going for a mercy kill. Just
Okay.
barrel straight to the side of the head.
Give me a vigilance check.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
boy. I love vigilance checks. I'm good at those.
He's still
Uh,
breathing.
Barely, like you can hear him trying to like focus on breathe in, breathe out. This pain.
Oh, no,
is...
no.
Okay,
After
that is...
the gunshot.
I don't
No, it's
Okay,
as
so-
he's
Oh.
preparing to
Yeah,
fire.
so this is 2 6s on 7 dice.
Okay,
Pretty
so
good.
as you get close and prepare to put the gun to his temple and are preparing to fire, you hear that heavy breathing, and then your entire body is just like trying to grasp for breath, as if you're like when you're swimming and you get water in through your nose, and it gets stuck everywhere, but it's your entire body. And I need you to make a force check as you fire.
Okay, a force check.
Yes.
Sure.
You will succeed in killing him, but I need you to make a force check first.
No 6s.
Okay. So as the bullet just goes through his head, your breathing stops and you start coughing up water.
Okay, and this isn't a fear check. This is literally my lungs are full of water.
Yes.
Blenda is going to scream for Leighton at the top of her lungs, turn and put her final bullet in the already dead guy's head,
Yep.
drop the gun, and her and Fluffy are going to rush to Victor's side.
And
Hansford's
yeah,
already
Leighton.
there.
Yeah, Leighton is on his feet, medical bag in hand. Just what's happened? Why is he down? What's happened?
He's drowning.
He's not down. He is being squeezed
Yep.
by Ansford.
Yep. So water is coming out of Victor's mouth as you squeeze, and Victor, you feel like okay, it's getting slightly easier to breathe with each squeeze as the water is coming up. You
yeah,
will.
Leighton is going to sort of start whacking his back to try and bring it up as well.
You will take 2 damage from the
physical
water.
or mental.
Physical.
Yes.
I'll
let
go
me
with
see.
exhausted and battered then. Very fun.
I mean, you have been both.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
But
I
you
think
do.
as like
You do manage to get
Yeah.
your breath back, but
then I think he'll sort of let it take a deep breath in once enough of the water is out of his lungs, before sort of tapping Ansford's arm, and once he's sort of free, I think will sort of half double over, getting the rest of the liquid out before he stands back up.
Can Leighton attempt to heal him at this point? which is sort of what he's created for.
Let me...
You know, put him in recovery position, try and keep getting that up out of his chest, possibly have some kind of tincture
Before
from the
you
medical
do
bag.
put him in the recovery position, though, Blender is going to grab him and hug him extremely tight. Say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have shot him. Not you.
No. All is well. It is not.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
Just for context,
You-
I rolled because on his magic thing, and out of 6 dice, I rolled 4 6s.
Fair enough.
And
Gotcha.
so it was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
And
I mean,
because
yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, and it was like either I hit all three of you with a mild version of it, but then you said, okay, no, I'm gonna shoot him through his head. Like, yeah, okay, the closest person is gonna get hit by it.
Yeah.
Blender will let Leighton do what Leighton needs to do after
Yep.
a big hug.
Okay. It will
Fish,
take.
birds.
Yeah.
Victor's having a bad time.
I think, interestingly, he doesn't seem like he seems. I think like a little shaken by it, as anyone would be, but nowhere near the amount he seems. For example, has seemed in response to some of the other things that we've encountered already.
Yeah.
I would even go as far to say Blender seems more shaken than Victor.
Probably. It's fine.
Yep.
I will try to get the last of the fluid out later when we have more time.
How about you do
Well-
it now?
Well, I suggest we don't want to go down to the inn. And provided no one heard that particular gunshot, or the one preceding it, might I suggest we ask our lovely maid friend to nip on down, as we are not welcome in the bar, and request Landmother Dearest attend her son at the residence regarding a business matter. A potential alternate for this evening's festivities has been found. He wishes to consult with her about it, and when she arrives, you chamber another round.
Deal.
Yes. And I think Victor, like, already you can hear the kind of like as he like
Blender's
opens up
carving
the
another
slide.
bullet.
As you turn around to find the maid, she is passed out in the hallway.
Oh,
Well, not
goodness.
for long.
Leighton.
So I pop this one, I pull out my handkerchief and waft it under her nose.
Yeah, Leighton is still attending Victor, but he'll hold out his box of smelling salts.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope one of you, Leighton, do you still have any more of those cards or letters? We've definitely given her the sight.
Oh, she would presumably have had it already. She'd known this
She
man
did
for
see
years.
him.
Well, an interesting question. I wonder how the
It
sight
does
works
seem
on one
that
who
everyone-
only has 1 foot in the realm of the Vaesen.
Because it did seem that everyone could see him, didn't it?
Well, could see him, yes, but as a man, perhaps. But he is not
Yes.
really a Vaesen.
No, exactly. My
But he
point
has
being,
their
if she
powers.
did not have it before,
He probably
she
has it
definitely
now,
does
yes.
now.
And
Uh,
after
yes,
all of
he
this,
would have-
she's going to
he
need
would have
somewhere
these
to go.
powers. Yeah, he would
I
have
don't know,
these powers.
DM. Would she have the sight? Has she seen? She's seen magic. Has she seen a
She saw
Vaesen?
this.
I mean, the other thing is because
She's
part of
she's
the
about
site,
to.
right? Isn't part of the site the thing about what is it like? Having like close brushes with death as well.
It could be. It could also be a traumatic event associated with magic or Vaesen, which this definitely is.
This
would
qualify as that.
Yes, she just saw her employer
her
getting
that.
shot through the
In-
head, and then someone start coughing up water.
Well, she shouldn't
So-
have left the kitchen. She was
She-
warned.
She wasn't. She wasn't in the room when he got shot.
No, but you left
No,
the
she
door
was looking
open.
through the door.
I thought the whole point was that Leighton took her to a place where she
Yeah.
couldn't see what was about to
Yeah,
happen.
he
Yeah.
took her to the kitchen.
Yeah,
So
and I
she
think
wasn't there
we've
when he
just
got
turned
shot.
around and she's passed out in the hallway, so she's clearly gone to see what's happened and
Then
Dunk.
seen him dead.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
fair enough.
seen him after
Leighton
he
is,
Yeah.
not seen him
She's
get
come
shot.
No.
Yeah,
Fair.
not
Yeah.
seen him get shot,
Yeah.
but saw him after. That makes sense.
I do think that if Leighton's going to move over to her,
No,
I
he's going to attend you. He's held out his smelling salts for somebody else to take.
gotcha.
Basically.
I think in that case, if someone does take them to go talk to a healer, maybe offer her a place in the society.
Yes.
Let her
She's
know she
going
could
to
come
need
with
it.
us
A
because
job, maybe.
a job would be good, and also I can't imagine she'll be welcome here after we use her as bait to murder their matriarch.
Probably not.
No.
Besides, I kind of like her.
I like her too.
I don't think she has the guts for what we do, but yes.
No, but that doesn't mean she has to come out on missions.
No.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
sure she makes a
opposing
fine
this
cup of
Mm.
tea. So.
Okay.
While that's happening, Blender would like to go investigate this guy's room because I'm still doing that.
Okay. Absolutely.
We've got to keep
resolve
the
that
society
first, though.
properly
Yeah.
funded.
So
Exactly.
who grabs the smelling salts and goes to wake her up?
That's free.
Asfrid. Yeah, she wakes up. Smelling salts are just that. They are very strong. She wakes up immediately. Could you please make me a force check?
Oh, good. I'm very good at that. No, wait, 6. None.
Okay. She wakes up, blinks a moment, looks at you, and starts screaming her head off.
Blender sighs, turns around, walks back down the stairs, stands over her and says, "I told you not to panic."
You don't get that. I haven't given Annika's gun back. Click. Does she stop?
Yeah, you hear just a squeak and then just stares
Yeah.
at you.
Annika, my dear, your gun back.
Thank you.
No, thank you, my dear. Hello. Enough of that.
Yelling from the stairs. I said, "Don't panic," and then I'm like,
Understandable reaction, but please control it. We have a favor to ask. As you are now aware of the situation, and hopefully what you have witnessed is something has convinced you of it. We would be very obliged if you were to visit the tavern very briefly. Deliver a message from Master Zachariah, who desires to speak with his mother regarding tonight's festivities. He's very alive and well. All of his limbs are fully attached. And if you do this favor for us, we are happy to offer you a job long term. Probably a raise as well on the mainland, where it, I can guarantee, does not smell of fish. 95% of the time, at least.
Just a message. That's it.
Just a message. That's all you have to do.
"And bring her back." Yeah.
Well, look, we want her to come back. If she refuses on the whole delivering but the message should do the job. If it doesn't, and you can convince her, that would be preferable.
Okay.
Take a moment to compose yourself.
So-
Obviously, if you don't want to come with us, we can certainly get you safely out of here if that's needed.
Yes, you are not obliged to stay with us, but if you want to, it is entirely possible that you are now one of those blessed with the sight.
Yes.
Something that is... Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is a blessing and a curse. But possessing the sight does not mean one has to use it. As we do. There is a place for you within our organization, even if you don't want to actively participate.
And, sorry, go ahead.
We travel around, basically making sure creatures like this and its original parent don't hurt people, and they have been doing so.
Right. Well, of course I'm gonna take you up on working for you. Do you think I could stay here after you murdered my boss?
Ooh.
No, but you don't have to take our offer, even if we just take you back to the mainland.
If you choose not to take our offer, I will give you enough money for you to get situated elsewhere. Don't feel like it is an obligation to work for us.
That was really all the offer I was making.
Right. Well,
We're not going to Shanghai you into anything, though. If you would help, that would be very useful.
Indeed.
Well, you said it wouldn't smell like fish, so I guess it's better than here. And maybe
No, not Gothenburg.
Uppsala.
Uppsala.
Right.
It may occasionally smell of cat, but not fish.
Cats are fine. It doesn't smell like this place, at least. And
Plus, you'll get to meet a couple of other Vaesen.
Nice ones.
Nice ones.
right. Well, I have a message to deliver first, it seems. And then hopefully I survive the night, and then I can make a decision. Okay.
Brave girl. Thank you.
Yes.
This house has a second story, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Yes.
Blender is right now.
I was gonna say, I think in that
You
case,
hear a loud crash from upstairs. She pushed the dresser over.
Victor will also head upstairs, but rather than searching anything, I think is not to go, especially given we were talking about simply chambering around immediately, I think is going for the I'm not going to give her a chance to notice, and is just going to position himself in one of the upstairs windows.
That was fully my
and
intent.
Yeah.
as soon as
And,
she
yeah.
like effectively as soon as she steps inside the front gate and he has a clear shot, he will take it.
Okay.
Yeah, Blender will do exactly the same when she arrives, so that she takes a bullet from either side of the head.
Victor,
Victor.
Leighton is stuck to you like glue, by the way.
Victor, before you leave,
Yes.
I am concerned about our ability to leave if the village does not appear to have noticed what has gone on here unless the scream has carried. So, I think, could we let her in first?
Either side of the door, then.
That was my thinking. She won't notice anything if there's nothing to notice.
Sure. Smart idea. All right. And I think we'll sort of pick his gun back up, giving a thankful glance to both Leighton and yourself, and go find a position downstairs such that he will be able to see her once she crosses the threshold.
Okay.
In that case, Blender will actually remain upstairs. I obviously go through the room, but when they approach, she will make sure it is only one, like that it is only her, and that it's not, she hasn't brought a whole party for backup or whatever.
Okay. Blenda, could you please give me a... What the hell would that be?
Spell?
No, searching the rooms. Would that-
Investigation?
Yes. Let's go with investigation.
That's 5 dice. Yep, cool.
My orange
And chat,
I
could
got
you...
1 6.
Nice. And chat, could you please roll me a D100? Anyone in chat can do it.
I got 2 6s on 5 dice.
Nice.
I think I've only failed 1 roll tonight.
Could I burn my crit success on this girl successfully delivering the message I have dictated to her?
Oh, you don't have to.
In which case, I do not.
Okay. Thank you, chat.
I will. If
Nice.
Once, but,
Oh, come on, Andy. That's 100 with D1s.
No!
Oh, 100.
Yeah, on 100 D1s.
No, massive fan of the hair machine.
You see, she gets up on very shaky legs and then basically does that whole hyping herself up, trying to remain steady, and then wanders over to the tavern. It takes roughly 10 minutes, and then you see a compact-built woman dressed in a very filthy apron toddle across to the residence. And
It is just her.
it is
and
just
yeah.
her.
I will once again share the burden with Victor. I'll go downstairs and stand next to him, ready for the shot.
And she is walking at a very brisk pace. Far back by the tavern, you see a taller shape standing by the door and then disappearing behind. Judging by the clothing, it's the housemaid. And there is no one else coming along, so it is just Abela, the Codmother, as you've dubbed her.
That's
And she has her shotgun in hand. Like,
Damn.
That's fine.
Look, I feel like she never puts that thing down.
no, she probably wouldn't.
Yeah, as soon as she steps through the threshold and he has a clear shot.
Yep. Please roll me
Same as Blender.
attack. Anyone who is
Alright.
ready to take her on, please roll an attack.
This counts as an ambush, yes?
Yes, it does.
Very cool. I get 13 dice to this. No, 15, my bad.
As for
Leighton's not readying to attack. Leighton is readying to triage anyone that might get injured. Right.
Okay.
I don't think there's more than room in any average corridor for two people, for more than two people to
No.
fire at once.
No.
I am tucked in a doorway up, so I'm imagining Blender and Victor on one standing next to each other as she comes and cops both barrels. Ansfred is up the corridor in the other direction, inside a doorway, taking cover in case his presence is needed or wanted, but he is not.
Yep.
Makes sense.
3.
Nice. And Victor?
And I imagine Attica is hanging back as well, like prepared to step in if this all goes sideways. But
Okay.
she's not going to be in the first assault.
So yeah, I got 2 6s.
I got 3.
You got 3, so that's a collective what, like
5.
5? But because of the way damage gets calculated, we both have its
You
rifles, right?
Yeah, you both
Yeah.
have ranged, so, you do
it's-
it combined
so it's both
of
2, and
yes.
then I do an extra 1 and Jess does an extra 2, so it's 7 points of damage. So
Yes.
it's 4 to get to broken, and then 3 extra critical injuries.
Yep.
Very fun.
As the shots ring out, there is not a whole lot left of this woman. She falls dead almost immediately.
That's what you get.
On the note of overkill, Blenda, when you were tossing the rooms upstairs, you find a lot of money. There is a grand total of 5 wealth stashed away in various drawers and chests and stuff in the upstairs rooms.
Well, there's 5 of us.
And like in jewelry, in money, in bonds, stuff like that.
One other thing before we leave, and now that the immediate threats have been taken care of, I assume we're going to need to jet pretty quickly.
That was my plan.
Yep.
But just very quickly, I think he's going to go rifle through the pockets of Zachariah.
I'll rifle through the pockets of the Codmother.
Okay.
I steal the gun, the shotgun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So shotgun for Ansfrid and
Ansford with a shotgun is terrifying.
I love
Because
it.
my range combat is nothing.
Hey guys, guess what I've got? For
But
the
I do
boys
have a
with the
5 in precision,
smithereens.
so I am reasonably.
Yeah.
I can.
Yes.
I'm a good shot.
To shreds, you say?
No, that's what
It's
you did
not
to the
my-
Codmother.
It's not my forte.
So
So
yeah,
what do we need to roll?
investigations.
Okay. Investigation, I have 5 dice.
He picks up the
Yeah,
shotgun
same.
and looks down at her and says,
Hey,
"Something
2 6s.
I can't miss with."
2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6.
Bless you.
Bless
Sorry,
you.
I've been trying to remember to mute it every time I need to sneeze or something.
Oh, the amount of times that I've unmuted to cough because I'd already been muted, it's very funny.
Yes, it is. Okay, so how many successes did we have on the investigations?
1 for me.
2.
Okay, so the person rifling through Zachariah's clothes. That was Victor,
Yep,
right?
It's you, babe.
That was me.
There is a now as he's dead, you see a silvery substance that has leaked out all over where he fell. Well, it's not really fallen over. He's dead in a chair, but it's like running down all. Instead of blood, it's like a silvery kind of silvery blue substance. And
I'm gonna kind of nudge.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna nudge later to be like, should we get some samples of that?
Of course.
You find on Zacharias, you find a very expensive pocket watch.
Mhm.
On a gold chain.
Yep.
It looks like the side of the watch has been lined in like a fabric, so he could actually hold it.
Oh.
Because silver, yep.
It's a golden pocket watch, but it's metal.
Oh, gold, yeah. Yeah, which is still bad.
Yeah.
for them, yeah.
So the
Extremely.
outside of it is like a velvet, like the side that you hold, not the lid of it, but the side that you hold is lined in velvet.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You also find
Custom job.
yes, very
Well,
expensive.
all watches in this time of
Yeah.
were custom job. But
Yes. But this one, it's a pocket watch in the late 1800s. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
If you were to guess, if you sold it, you would get 2 wealth for it alone.
Woo.
It is extremely expensive.
I think he'll hesitate for a moment and then pocket it.
Yeah.
He had a different idea, but seeing what he has, he's like, I'll think about it. And puts it in his pocket for later.
Give it to the girl.
Give it to what?
Give it to the girl. She comes with us one way or t'other. She has earned it.
Oh, I think he'll
Could have
nod.
been very
Yeah,
dangerous.
Yes.
absolutely.
Um,
I think, yeah, he'll just. My only thought was that if I had found anything that seemed of any particular significance or power to him, I was going to bury it.
Yeah.
But
I
if
wasn't
it's just
accusing you of
money,
anything, my friend. Just that was the thought that occurred to me.
no, if
there's-
it is worth money, she should have it.
There's also an almost empty, tiny little vial of perfume, and Blenda would later recognize it's the same that's was in the bathroom.
I think Fully would just would pick it up, but would just hand it to Blender.
Yeah.
You're saying I stink?
She's a fancy lady.
You know?
What do you do when she hands it back?
I think you'll see him just kind of
I'm not
shrug.
wearing that thing's perfume.
And you also find a
Thank
very nicely crafted bone-handled knife.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So
I think you'll see him take that
yeah.
and sort of like, with a bit more interest and reverence than the other two items, sort of pulls it from its sheath, turns it a couple of times. Does it just appear to be? Is the blade metal?
Yeah, the blade is metal. The handle is like intricately carved figurines, like with an ocean motif on it. Like on one side, it's like seaweed climbing up the side, and the other side is a jumping fish of some variety.
Maybe I can keep this as payment for the almost drowning. And we'll just sort of shove it into his belt.
Blenda's gonna kind of smile at him for that one and just. Yes.
Yeah. So on the Codmother, your
can take
investigation
turns.
yields a small pouch of coins. And a handful of shotgun shells.
Which she immediately hands off to Ansford. Yeah. She pulls out shotgun shells and just, you might need these.
Do you have-
Cyclops,
I might.
So there are 4 shotgun shells in her pocket. And the amount of coin in that she had on her, combined with the rest of your stuff, like on their own, it doesn't really amount to anything, but combined with the rest would add 1 wealth.
Cool.
So how much
So we
wealth
made
is that all
6
up?
wealth total. 6 wealth total plus the pocket watch will make it.
But the
Eight.
pocket watch, I'm actually going to
Gonna get
give
to
to the maid who's coming with us.
So you
So
have
6 wealth.
so tossing this place and searching the dead bodies, you amount to 6 wealth.
Cool.
Nice.
Huge.
What do you
Yes.
want to do with that?
It might be worth looking at
Putting
some
it
base
straight into
upgrades
the-
when we
yeah.
get home.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
We're gonna have to pay a maid as well, so it's
True.
I had a question, Ardana. So
Mhm.
I tend to I have 6 resources. Like that's
Uh-huh.
I've got the wealthy trait once. I'm a doctor. Does that replenish every session, or how does that work?
As far as I know, wealth. Let me double check how wealth works.
Like those are just my resources. I'm just trying to figure out.
Nope.
How that works.
intuitively, if you're maintaining a business, and you are in between sessions, you just kind of are rich.
So as far as I
In this
know,
day and age.
as far as I remember, as far as I know, your wealth is between mysteries, I'd say. I think it's like a weekly thing. And but I'd say to make it easier, unless like if you're playing in a campaign where you count the days, it would be a weekly or monthly thing. But since this is like we do 1 mystery at a time, I'd say between mysteries it will replenish because some time will pass in between.
Excellent. So he's just got that.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know because in that case, because he's got that 6 wealth, he's not going to take any of the wealth that you guys have amassed. He's just gonna let you guys have at it.
Yep.
Well, I think it's
I
kind of
propose.
party wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I propose just investing the lot.
And
I'll just take note
at
of
the end
6
the
party wealth
mysteries-
here.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
wealth?
at the end of the mysteries, he will also invest his back in as well.
Yep. Okay. And anyone else want to do anything at the house, or are you
I'm
preparing
going
to
to
just?
take the expensive alcohol from the room as well.
Yeah.
We've earned it.
Atticus did do the Attica thing and check for literature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I would appreciate some of that to replenish my supplies, Blender, but
She's going to throw you the most expensive looking bottle. Don't drop
Thank
it.
he will attempt to catch that. He's a little bit alarmed that the bottles come flying at his face, but that's fine.
Yeah, you have no
Sort of
problems
blinks
catching it.
rapidly. Yeah, just sort of blinks rapidly. Just thank you.
It looks like a very nice looking brandy.
Yep, he just sticks that in his medical bag.
There's also a very fine looking bottle of what would it be at the time? Do they even exist at the time? Yeah, there will be one bottle of aquavit that looks really nice and one bottle of whiskey.
Cool.
Don't ask me to look
As
up
these
brands names.
guys
I don't know.
are looking for as these guys are looking for books and stuff, Blender will have turned to Victor and said, "Should we bury him?"
I suggest we toss him in the sea.
No.
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 I think leave him here.
Yep.
I think leaving criminals unburied can cause
Strife.
strife, but chances are when they are discovered, their bodies will be disposed of in one way or another. And if we are the ones to throw the body of the mermaid's son back to her, I don't think she'll take very kindly to us trying to sail back to the mainland.
Quite.
It's not.
I think we need her to not know he's dead until we are back on the mainland. And I suggest the train home.
I
Yes.
agree.
Okay.
All right. Get your books.
Yes. Please roll me an investigation check for those who are looking for books.
I will help.
Blender will
If
help.
she wants
Yep.
one extra dice, it's more of a help than a my investigation shite. So
Take an extra from
can-
Blender as well.
Is still stuck, Victor.
Yep.
I don't think that he'll join in on this particular search. He does find it interesting. He's done some book reading before, but I think he's done a lot of other investigating, and also is still being fussed over. So he'll leave the others to it.
Yep.
Blender will poke around in the room that Victor's in and then kind of sit.
You're muted, Karen, but
close as
yes,
she
I
gets to
understood
Victor.
that. So 2 successes.
2 successes of my
Okay.
investigation.
Did you also roll, Ethan?
No, he's just fussing over Victor.
Okay, yeah. So 2 successes. You look around, most of the books are like ledgers, and you don't really find any in particular that stands out until you get to what looks like an office. There are more ledgers, more like journals, but there are also a few books, one on various types of fish and how to care for them, and one on myths and legends surrounding sea creatures.
Excellent. Yoink.
Very handy.
It talks specifically about mermaids, brook horses, the neck, and various types of them from around Europe. Now, anyone who wants, please give me a vigilance check.
Hell yes.
Absolutely.
Vit
Good.
2 plus
2 plus 2 is 4.
5 is 7.
Actually. Still nothing.
2
I
successes.
burned my extra, but no.
Oh wait,
Also 2
Okay.
I
sixes.
forgot one. No. 2 sixes.
Also 2 sixes.
Lansford is on record as not being very observant. That's fine.
I just got 1 vigilance.
Okay. So anyone who rolled above a 1, you notice that the island is very quiet. Nothing seems to be
Sleep.
stirring. And those of you who rolled 2 or more, it seems for a moment that not even the ships anchored around and tied up are making sounds. Like for a brief moment, everything is silent, and then everything seems to go back to normal again.
Why did you all stop moving? What's
Blender's
wrong?
gonna shift a bit closer to Victor.
The whole... everything went quiet for a moment.
In a way that you think we should be concerned about?
Everything.
I think we should leave.
I
No.
think...
Well,
yes. Probably.
has that changed now that everything has gone silent and quiet for a minute? In a manner that could easily be described as a supernatural event?
I think... I'm just trying to...
I think if we stay, we are waiting to be hunted.
And so, when did this... Like, what was the precise moment this happened? Was it when we left the house?
Have you? So you've stepped out of the house now, or okay? So as you were walking, you would notice that it went quiet, and then came back again. It was not what just like you couldn't really tell if it was one thing you did. It just an
It so
effect.
happened. Okay.
Do we need to go and get the housemaid? Or did she come back at some point?
She
I think
disappeared
because she
around.
came back... Because I thought she came back with the Codmother,
she
right?
didn't.
No, she didn't. She came out of the tavern and then went around and disappeared behind it.
Oh, yeah.
So Ansfrid is happy to go alone, but he'd rather not. To
I'll
find
come
her.
with you. I'll come with.
Victor's
rest
going,
of
Blender's
you-
going.
I'll also come.
We all-
Sorry, but
because Ansfrid isn't leaving Annika.
yeah.
And
Alright.
Victor is currently Leighton's patient, so is
Oh.
not going to be out of his sight.
All right. All of us. I think Victor looks distinctly uncomfortable at that suggestion, but isn't going to argue against it.
You think I'm leaving your side after that? Would you?
He doesn't respond verbally, but you see like a closing of the eyes and a slight nod of understanding.
That's all I need.
All right. I think so.
Everyone, could you please roll me a force check?
Great.
Force.
Horse.
Interesting. Not at all concerning.
Ayo! I pass. 1 dice.
1-6. Let's go. Lucky.
1-6 on 3
Two
dice.
sixes.
Nice.
Ready to spend one restraining somebody else from throwing themselves in the ocean.
Yeah, I
fail.
failed. I failed.
Okay, keep in
What a
mind
shot.
that you have banked successes that you can use.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, may I
So,
borrow one
please.
of those banked successes?
I don't know how many there are, but yes, go for
You
it.
should have 3 left.
Yeah, 3 at the
I will
moment.
Hey,
borrow
one
one,
each
please.
and one left over.
Okay. As you're approaching the ocean, you hear the screeching call of seagulls.
Huh?
And
Normal.
I mean, you're on an island in the middle of the ocean. Seagulls are a thing, but these seem like with that
Angry?
success, they seem angry and distressed.
Super cool and groovy.
Without
And
looking at him, Leighton's just going to reach out and stick a hand on Victor's shoulder.
uh,
Pat.
Yeah, but there is that, yes.
Oh yeah, I think Victor
Yeah.
has fully gone silent and his eyes are locked on the sky.
Blender's
I'll do
going
that.
to walk as close to him as physically possible. And Fluffy is like healed.
I think
Um,
he's quietly growling louder than the dog is.
and you hear like in the screeching of these seagulls, you hear something similar to that siren song, but it's angry and pained.
Sorry.
I think we're going to have to kill her.
We can do that.
She has made her allegiances clear.
Yes.
Staring at the birds.
Yeah, yes, dear. Pat.
You do see the maid on the other side of the tavern, however, and she's standing there as if she's fretting a bit, very nervous, very concerned about what is going on. Not as panicked as when she found her former boss dead, but you can see that it doesn't take a whole lot to push her over.
Go
What
find
is the-
shelter. And we will deal with this, and we will come retrieve you when it is safe.
I promise we'd keep you safe.
All right, I don't understand what's happening, but okay. You seem to know better.
She is mad.
Oh, who?
The
Your former employer's natural mother.
Oh,
the mermaid.
His mother
What?
was his real mother was a Vaesen.
oh. Well,
A mermaid,
She
some kind of
is-
sea witch.
She was the one.
No, mermaids aren't real.
Do you
They're
want to
fairy
come with
tale-
us and meet one?
Oh,
Let's
Right.
Well,
Yes.
I'm sure you'll unfortunately see one soon enough. For
Um,
now,
so-
just leave it to us.
So we've caught up with her, have we?
yes.
Yep. And she's panicking.
Only a little.
Yeah, just because of what's going on.
Fair.
It sounds like we're gonna have to kill the mermaid.
Deep breaths. If you feel like you're going to swoon, sit down.
You're not that cute, Lisa.
Layton.
What?
That.
In response to the
He's
swooning
alright.
comment.
Layton.
Yes.
Hey, this is a whisper. Do you have anything that can put her out?
Technically, yes.
Gently.
I may have something that will not put her out, but in lay people's terms, stupefy her a little.
That's not what we want. We want her.
No.
If she's awake, we need her to have her faculties.
Yes, of course. I can
We don't
do
want
that.
her to wander into the ocean.
I can do
Exactly.
that. And he's going to sort of rifle through his medical bag, find something. I'm not sure what exactly he would find, but he'd prefer it to be something that she can take orally. That
Okay.
will knock her out for a while. And just this should help with your nerves, dear. If
She'll
it's quite
look.
strong, you might find yourself a little woozy.
All right.
Are we on the
Especially-
boat?
You're by the
No.
dock. You would be so the inn is behind the residence. To get to the boats, you would have to backtrack a bit. Because you have to pass from the docks.
And she was hiding behind
Yeah.
the inn?
She was hiding
I
behind the
missed-
inn.
Not hiding
Um,
from us. Hiding
I-
because she felt like something was wrong.
Oh, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
Good. So we have to walk across boats to get to ours, yes?
Yes.
Great. It's probably better to fight it on dry land, yes? While we're on dry land.
Yes.
I wouldn't disagree.
How much rope do we have?
Blender is going to look around and just say, I think we've got something better. Are there chains lashing some of the boats to the docks?
There are some chains. They are pretty big,
Yeah.
so they're made
I'm
to
thinking they're
hold
metal
ships.
as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Though we use ropes, but then wrap this bitch in a metal chain just to make her a little bit more
No,
uncomfortable.
9. This is. I've gone scan. Sorry. No.
Oh, God.
It's... Scan is a Scandi character I haven't played. Well, not Scandi. He's German, but he's not. It's fantasy Germany from another.
Yeah,
world. But yeah, he the voice is all wrong.
I love RPGs.
Yeah. Ansfred is like, no, my logic was to tie us to the ground, so that no one goes wandering into the ocean.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Being as, well, you two particularly have a preference for ranged combat. What do we know about mermaids and their vulnerabilities? They don't like metal?
Yeah, last time you did the checks so well that Annika and Leighton and whoever else it was who rolled, remember that if metal touches your skin, you are resistant to the mermaid's charm.
Oh.
That's why we've had our rings actually on.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Leighton's also wearing a ring.
Yep.
Is there any other information in that book you picked up, Annika?
Sorry, was I just asked a question?
Yes.
Yeah, is there any information on mermaids in that book that you just picked up?
Good question. I would like to look.
Yep, give me a quick investigation check.
Rapidly.
Now, the reason why I asked for it is because you're basically flipping through it instead of just...
Yeah, is there.
If you were studying it, I wouldn't have asked for a check.
While Annika is doing that, Leighton is going to take several balls of cotton, dampen them, stick 2 in his ears, and hand them out to anybody who might want them.
Absolutely.
2 successes again. I keep rolling 2 successes.
Nice.
Like, I'm not gonna complain about it, but yeah.
From what you can tell in the book, mermaids are powerful magic users. They do not come onto land because they do not have legs, and they do breathe water and need to be held. Like, they need water to remain, not dry up. Their song is the most powerful thing, and and if you leave offerings to them, they generally either give you boons or leave you alone. However, you can reasonably deduct from the behavior of the seagulls that she might have just found out that her son is dead. And she might be a little bit pissed off. Book doesn't.
Did she know it was us?
Oh no.
That's a
You don't know.
I also, though, wouldn't potentially put it past such a creature to just lash out at anything coming from the island.
That's true. Because we could have all gone back and gotten the body and gone, no, and run him down to the ocean and try to. Do you have any magic that can bring him back? Oh, please, fair see you, maiden. But no.
Until she does have that magic, and then he dobs us in.
So, here's, you know how they need to be able to breathe?
Yes.
Are there any nets around on this fishing island?
Yes, there are several nets around. With a second success, Annika, I would say that you do find under the note on mermaids is that from what has been observed, they don't really seem to care too much about their half-breeds, so to speak. It might be just the fact that something of hers was taken, not that it was her son.
Let's put him in a barrel and drop him in the ocean.
Oh, no,
I
no,
think
no. we
I
can
think
make it
Victor is
impossible.
gonna we'll let out a low groan, but we'll retrieve the extremely fancy looking bone carved knife. It might be this.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll make you
I
one.
could be wrong, but
You know I can craft like that. I'll make you one.
If she's been behaving in such a manner all these years and has hundreds of bodies to her name, either way, do you think it is wise to leave her living?
I'd be happy to kill her.
Layton, I don't think you're necessarily wrong. It's more about risk versus benefit. If we fail, nothing is gained. We could try, but if we fail. And
If we were to try, and this is very quietly to Anstrid himself, nobody else, very, very quietly. If we try, I would prefer all the risk be on me.
but that's not us trying. That's you trying.
What I mean is, if things were to go south, I would happily sacrifice myself to get the four of you out of here.
Layton, I know you would.
Yes.
Why do you think we keep you around? But
Because I'm cute, but not that cute, apparently.
it's just that you're
Is
not
that
my
loud
type.
enough for Blender to hear? Just that one last comment?
Maybe that probably those two lines. Just that you're just not my type, my friend.
Very fair.
Blender will just roll her eyes at me. Just because of that comment. She doesn't know what it's about, just the cute but not that cute.
How would you propose
Okay.
to sacrifice yourself and save the rest of us?
Just that.
This woman is angry with us. She's angry with all of us.
Yes, but if she were to take her pound of flesh out of me, perhaps she would let the rest of you leave.
no, Leighton. No one
I don't
is
think he's
killing
heard him, but
themselves.
Yeah.
Victor's like, no, we know him well enough to know what he's suggesting.
Stop offering to kill yourself.
I don't think he
no
knows
one's
this.
letting you sacrifice yourself.
I think I don't even know that he's I don't know that he necessarily has heard the specifics of what's going on, but has just seen Ansford has been pulled away to talk to Leighton. Leighton is proposing something probably with a serious look on his face, and Ansford is just repeatedly shaking his head. Just being like, no, no. And I think Victor is just I think honestly, regardless of whether or not he's figured it out, is just seeing that Ansford is disagreeing and knowing Ansford is one of the more sensible members of the party is just going, no, very vocally. He doesn't need to know. He's just, yeah.
Yeah, Leighton will side-eye you, Victor, just... How many more people will she kill then?
Would be many, and we may well be obliged to fight her anyway. And look, I'm not saying I'm not going to take you up on your offer. It may become entirely necessary, but let's see about it not.
Yes.
We prefer to keep you around.
I
Just in case we do
prefer-
need to sacrifice you one day.
I prefer to keep me around too, but if it comes down to it, I am the more disposable of the parts.
Well, I'm not taking care of the cat, so...
I was going to say, I'm allergic.
I'm
Big
allergic to
flags.
responsibility. Not that much, right, Victor? She fixes you with a
strong
very
look of-
pointed look.
So you can't do it because who would look after your cat? And then he looks strongly at Annika. Like, shut the fuck up. You know I'm not allergic to cats.
Okay, so you are you? What are you suggesting to do? Do you want to try and fight the mermaid, lure her? Where you're at right now, there is 100 ships.
Yeah.
And they're all
Do
gonna
we
go down
want
if
to
we don't
try
kill
to
her.
get... I'm okay without killing her. I actually don't think it's going to be a problem. She was a danger because she could communicate. Now that she can't, she has this line in. Without the line, you're right, she may well keep killing people, but not on the industrial scale she has been.
100
There is that.
ships. There's at least 3 people to a ship.
Yes,
She'll
and these.
kill more in the next week than she has in 30 years.
All right, good point. So we are doing this?
Well, we know Leighton is capable of making the noise. Perhaps everyone block their ears and ready your weapons.
Yeah, and
Gwenda's
we
gonna
will
shove
have-
the cotton balls back in the
Yes.
ears.
Okay, so
Want to
just
propose
a
little bit more preparation first.
yeah. Also, you might want to, move outside of the line of ships,
Yes.
so you don't pull her in, and then she pops out between 2 ships and just wrecks everything.
Oh, sure.
Just
True.
May I propose a second option?
Yeah.
We don't kill it, we talk to it. It is capable of negotiation. And if Annika's research is correct, then it's not overly fussed about the offspring dying. Indeed, when we first left the building after he died, she did not seem to care, but the second time we left the building, one of us was in possession of a knife.
If that's even what she wants.
Well, quite. But we don't know until one of us talks to her.
Yes.
If we think
Get
it
me
is
one of those
worth-
big chains. I'll do it.
If we think it is worth trying, certainly. But the second,
I think it's worth trying.
then certainly. But the second I see somebody under her thrall, and I will have earplugs in, so I won't be able to hear. But if I see someone wandering away, I'm taking a shot.
So, here's
That's
what I
cool.
plan to do. On the boat, not on the boat, we stay on the shore. She comes into the shoreline. We stay away from the boats. We don't want her destroying them. So, we go into a cove. We find a place where one of us can be chained down to have this conversation with her. That they can get out of reasonably easily, but not so easily that it would be instant. So that if they are bewitched, we have time to react and prevent them. But not so long that they can't free themselves and be useful in the fight, is my point.
I agree with that.
That works for me.
I'm happy to be the one in the vanguard.
I think that would be best.
Are you sure?
Well, sorry, I use the word happy very freely. I'm prepared.
I think he would be the most suited.
Very well.
Okay, so you make yourself that's how English works. Okay, you make your way to the shoreline, to the pier, and you find one of those heavy chains that the ships are tied down with, the closest ones. Leighton can do the singing if you want to try and call
You will.
her. Please roll.
We all have the cotton bud, so
Yeah.
we know
Yes.
he is, right?
Yep.
Except
me.
for, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
on
Leighton
thread
will do that.
wood.
Do I have to roll for that?
please roll me. What is it? Performance or no manipulation? If I remember right.
Manfred would take Annika aside and
That is one success.
Okay.
He would say to her, Don't let me go in, please.
Of course not.
There are a few things I fear more than drowning.
And she'll give him a hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is you drowning, so don't you go in the water either.
Do my best.
Okay. So,
Zach will be right back.
yeah, I saw that. You hear Leighton making the singing sounds of this siren, and after a while, you hear the reply coming back closer than it has been before. And then out next to, like to the southwest of the pier, a slender figure pops out of the water. A tall crown made of bone perched on her head, and long blackish green hair surrounding a gaunt face, as a extremely long fishtail wraps around the stone. And I will send you the image of the mermaid.
Ooh.
It's on stream if you want to see
I
it, and
can see
I'll
it on the stream.
Go
That's cool.
Ah,
Oh,
Very
hell
cool.
yeah.
That is
Freaking
dope.
love the art from
that's
this book.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
love that.
Vaesen's depictions are so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they are. And even from the distance, you can almost feel the anger just crackling around this creature. And as an interruption in the singing, you hear, "What manner of creature deigns to imitate us?"
Man.
Aren't you deaf?
Yes, he is
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when she comes over, the first thing he's going to do is just avert his gaze.
Yeah.
He knows that looking into her eyes is a bad idea. Also, she seems to be shirtless. So, yeah, he will just avert his gaze.
Oh,
Sort of
couldn't possibly.
clear his
Um,
throat uncomfortably.
I think Victor's eyes are locked on Ansfred's face, looking for it. Like he's basically pointed his gun in the thing's direction and is just like locked
Watching
onto
Ansfred.
Ansfred, just watching for any sort of change of like slackening of facial expression or starting to move.
Yeah.
Blender expects that Victor will give her the signal if Ansfred does anything like that. She is watching the mermaid, hoping the mermaid, and if the mermaid does turn around to meet her gaze, she will drop her gaze to the ground. But yeah, she's watching the mermaid to ensure that she's not going to rush anyone, and will signal to Victor if she does.
Interesting. Deaf as well as dumb.
I can hear you just fine.
Ah.
See you
You.
too.
Are you the one who took my
That would-
progeny? Is the one.
Progeny.
Oh.
Ew. Talk.
Yeah.
No, that was him. That guy over there.
Ansfred would not blame another. They're all deaf, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to shout for them to hear you,
Yeah.
but they
In
can
which case-
hear. It's just you have to be really loud.
Yeah. Ansfred says, He was like me, wasn't he?
Oh shit.
Like you. No. He was...
Wetter.
less interesting.
Flattered.
I do... I wanted to offer you a place, but you're already taken.
Indeed, I'm afraid. I came to ask, what deal was made? And could we perhaps offer you better terms?
The deal was for one of the land things to join me every new moon, and I provide the other land things: food, shelter, protection from the winds. I see that won't be the deal anymore.
But that does not mean a deal can't be made.
Would you offer the same?
No.
Hmm.
Depends on what land thing you're wanting. There are so many interesting ones. Have you sampled horse, for example?
Horse. I know of horses. The brook horses. Are they the same?
Brook horses?
You can give me a learning check.
It's going to be very bad. Learning 1. Okay, 3.
It's gonna be very
Hey,
bad.
I actually do know.
Gets through.
Gets
Nice.
One. Gets 1.
So a brook horse is a Vaesen that tends to lure people into rivers or ponds or lakes and drown them to then eat them.
It's a kelpie.
It's basically a
yeah.
kelpie.
Yeah. No. Significantly less aggressive. These ones are large beasts. Very handsome creatures. Strong, capable. Intelligent in their own way.
Oh. And they are worth a lot to those who would give them up?
So it is value. Yes. Usually. He probably wouldn't say, so it is value. He would just say, yes, usually.
I crave things because that are worth a lot to those who give them up.
You have been betrayed, lied to, this whole time. The ones giving you these sacrifices have not valued any single one of them. They are giving you outsiders, foreigners, ones that did not come from here. They have no need or want of them. You have been shortchanged this whole time.
Please give me a manipulation check.
A fact your son was fully aware of, by the sound of it. Your progeny was fully aware of, by the sound of it. Now, I have an ability...
Is it manipulation if it's true?
Conjuring tricks, stealth instead of manipulation to influence people.
Yes, you can use that.
Very nice.
So
I have
manipulation...
a second called Hans Boone, which lets me add +1 to my stealth.
That does not apply this time, however.
Oh, man.
But
that would've
no,
been so cool.
in Vaesen, manipulation encompasses all the charisma checks, so intimidation, persuasion,
Okay, fair
deception.
Yeah.
You're not
This is,
fully fair.
however, the thing I am built for. I am finally getting to do it. He
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
before
I
he
love
rolls
that.
fucking money. Oh! No, 2 6s, I kid.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 6s on 8 dice.
Oof.
Bro, you had me a bit scared.
Same.
They lied to me? They fooled me.
It would appear so. I am sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings.
What
We, however, won't.
assurance do I have of that?
Only the word of one who is not unlike you.
The word
What else could I give you?
something of importance to you.
Answer it.
Hmm.
This is Josh thinking, not Ansfred. Although Ansfred probably would be too.
Like, take my wife.
No. I know exactly what he'd give up. He says, then I offer you this. And from a pocket, he unfolds, and he keeps it so that his audience cannot see what he is pulling out. Annika knows exactly what it is. It is a 4-sided piece of wood that he would reach into his backpack and pull out. It is sort of folded in the manner of a game board, you know, like how it's 4 sheets and there's a cut so it can be folded in quarters, but also folds up flat. He brings that out, and it's wooden, and it's got fabric along the lines along the bend so that it folds out perfectly flat. He pulls it out and unfolds it with the face pointing at her, displaying a Ouija board. The tool of my trade, my livelihood.
You would give your prosperity as assurance.
Yes.
I
In
accept your
exchange for the lie.
terms. For
I hop towards the water. No, I don't. Because any move towards the water will probably be perceived by my watchers as
I'll
I
shoot.
fold it back up again, wrap the ribbon cord that was securing it around it, and frisbee it into the water in front of her.
Okay. As it lands on the water, Victor would notice this. She lifts her hand slightly, not in a threatening manner, but just instead of resting it on the stone, she lifts it. And Ansfred, you see a seagull just dive down, grab the string, and carry it over to her.
Ansfred raises a hand like, oh.
I think Belinda would probably also see that because she was keeping an eye on the mermaid.
Yeah.
Looks over at Victor and says, "No, not yet."
I think if you looked at Victor, I think you'd see that. Given that I think he's in a bit of an not an emergency, but like a tense situation right now, he's actually holding his nerve relatively well. He's remaining still, and his trigger finger has not moved, but you do see him like nod to you slightly and let out a long, slow breath.
She'll take the board and look it over. And I accept your terms. for what? Leave this island for now?
I think there's no need for that. Do you like it here? The waters around here, do they suit you?
For now.
Then,
But
for as long as you are willing and interested in the deal, the trade, I see no reason for it to continue. But I will communicate to the islanders here that something of real, actual value to a person be left on this rock, and he would nod, once every full moon or every new moon, to please the sea spirit, that the herring may continue. The deal remains the same, but truthfully this time.
I like that idea. And should your word be true, for 1 year, 13 new moons, I shall return your offering to you. Should you be false in that time, well, what is one island less than there is?
If these men and women prove me false, then they will deserve it.
I like your thinking. Perhaps it's because you know our ways. Now, the air is not kind to one as such as I. Was there anything else? Or are
May
you...
I have your name, my dear?
No.
Worth a try. A pleasant moon to you.
And you? And she will hop back into the water, taking Ansfrid's Ouija board with her.
Oh, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, look, I think I called that one last session. I agree with Terris, though.
Attic is great. He's like, oh, this is going to be so annoying to replace.
And yeah, the singing stops. The waves recede and become calm. The seagulls, probably much to Victor's happiness, leave the island for now. And all returns to a semblance of normality in the middle of the West Coast archipelago.
Ansfrid begins shaking off the chains and drops them down and says, "You can remove the ear sting. I need a drink, a good one."
In the sand next to you, a large bottle of whiskey will land. The expensive whiskey.
That'll do for now. We need to talk to the villagers.
What do you mean for now? That is good whiskey.
It will do for now. I plan to drink
I
more
take the
than
whiskey
one
back.
bottle. He's like, glug glug gives. I made a new deal. It's the same deal, but better because it actually contains what? Not a good son, is all I will say.
Well, say more.
I explained the nature of the deal. No, I'll do it in character. She says she wanted something of value. I convinced her she had been deceived. It was not difficult because it was true. They had no value to the people of this island, the ones they were sacrificing. So it was not an overly difficult thing to convince her of. I traded my possession with her for 1 year's grace. She will continue obeying the thing. It's not just for 1 year's grace, but I will receive it back if the villagers prove true to their words, which I believe will commence tonight. I am not so ignorant as to think the Vaesen would give something back if it had no value to them. So we need to convince, and when I say we, I really probably mean I, need to convince the locals that the sea must be placated. Once every full moon or every new moon, an item of true value to the person giving it, be it the last sheep in a flock or a pocket watch, has to be placed on this stone. And if they do this, no more virgins need be sacrificed.
Excuse me. The idea that Blender was about to be sacrificed, he's like, hey!
The idea that the bar wench was a virgin is also hilarious. But
She's presumably an unmarried woman. Of course she's...
Oh,
as long as
course.
something.
Yes,
Is left
unmarried
here.
women, absolutely virgins.
The thing is, and he begins to take them away from the island, and he says in a much lower voice, the thing is, mermaids don't appear to be particularly good at guessing value.
well, she may be a little bit more.
Or she is probably going to be a lot more discerning now, but we will find out in 1 year's time when I come here to retrieve my father's board, whether or not she believed it. I also must warn them that if they fail to do this even once, the island will be washed below the ocean.
That's a fair deal.
And I will hold them
No pressure.
wholly responsible for their own providence.
Okay.
Blender genuinely thinks that's a fair enough deal.
Yeah,
Um,
given
we
what we
go
were
back-
working with.
I go and chat to my dude, the guy who looked like an agglomeration of seaweed,
Yeah.
because it is not the rulers of this island that I need to convince of this.
Yeah.
They won't be the rulers much longer. They're two drunk brothers at this point. It is the people of this island, and that is who I convince.
Yeah.
And if you would like me to make that roll, I will.
Now,
With my ability at conjuring tricks.
yeah, no, Orvar, the conglomeration of seaweed and rags, is not very difficult to convince. He was already convinced there was
He already knew.
something happening,
Yeah.
and you say, "Okay, I made a deal. This is what you have to do." He's like, "Cheers, buy me around at the bar."
Yeah.
No,
I
check
made
out,
my
we've
one
got
wealth
whiskey.
Yeah,
And buy the whole bar.
yeah, and yes,
And thank you.